says several teams have reached out to him for consulting, but he's choosing to spend time with family and prepare for his stint with Fox for the 2023 NFL Draft. I'm Joel Stern on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Green. That's green. Enter it now at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Thursday, finally starting to see those temperatures back closer to where they should be for this time of the year, topping out at 80 degrees with mostly sunny skies. Tonight, decreasing clouds with those temperatures dipping down into those low 50s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Blue Sky Pest Control. Blue Sky Pest Control, a Rosie on the House certified partner, provides termite protection services valley-wide. Better technicians, better service. Blue Sky Pest Control. Call today, 602-BLUE-SKY.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In Iraq and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Guys are hot.
Fox Sports 910.
Suns are back home to clash with the Nuggets downtown, and just right across the way, the D-backs opening night at Chase Field against the Dodgers. Welcome in Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Today, it's a Thursday. That means we are at one of the soon-to-be 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. Today, we're in Scottsdale, and coming up in the next few weeks, we will be out the new location out in Deer Valley. So we're excited that Twin Peaks continues to grow, and we do with them as well. So let's get to what is making news right now, courtesy of the CAZ Sports Book in Casino, Arizona. Your home for all Major League Baseball games, NBA, NHL, and, of course, the Masters. We're watching the Masters here right now. We're going to get into that in just a moment. Heck, let's just get into it right now as you look at Tiger Woods, who you got to give this guy a lot of credit. Making his 25th Masters appearance. If you go back to last year, it was a memorable walk around Augusta National, his first competitive start in over 500 days following that life-threatening car accident in 01. Today, he shot a 2 over 74. Not bad for Tiger Woods. Hey, if you're right in there for the first couple days, I'm excited. But I think the big story right now is the amateur. The U.S. Amateur Champion of the Year, the Pink First Team All-American, the SEC Golfer of the Year at Texas A&M, Sam Bennett, -4 through 8. -4 through 8. What a great story that would be.
He's a hell of a golfer. Basically, think about that.
Well done, Manuch, with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let me just say, they did a spot. The Masters did a spot with him while he was warming up on the range, preparing to get ready to tee off. And the kid was just, this is the routine that I do all the time. He says, yeah, I've dreamed about playing here and all of that, but he says, I don't change my routine. He says, I can be at a public course or here at the Masters. I don't change my warm-up. I'm just having a good time, and I'm going to soak it all in. I thought it was great.
He had the thing lined up right there.
Yeah.
Making sure he's coming down the line. I mean, all the ergonomic aids that you would need for that type of thing.
What kind of aids?
Yeah, the ergonomical. Yeah, the aids, your golf swing aid, Jimmy. You want
to try that again?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jimmy on the same page. Jimmy and I still golf. You retired a few years ago.
The aids that you need to make sure your swing is correct.
By the way, our Vans leaderboard update, we'll have them each and every hour. Jax will have that for you here in about 7 minutes, so we'll get you caught up in all that. But right now, John Rahm and Victor Hovland, both -7 in the clubhouse. Zalatoris and Na both pulled out today, as Will Zalatoris, I'm saying that right, Zalatoris, he finished a solo second in his debut just 2 years ago. Kevin Na, he withdrew after playing 9. He was a 4 over and withdrew because of an illness. So both of them are out.
He lost
you have them in your pool, I'm sorry.
He lost his cookies in behind the trees is what happened to Kevin Na.
Yeah, we'll have a bad burger last night or something like that.
Probably.
Suns back in action tonight. Denver Nuggets. Not sure who's going to play. They've won 6 straight to lock up the 4th seed. Guys, they have the 4th seed. means they're going to host a first-round playoff series. Do you need to keep playing your big four, or do you kind of just rest them?
I think you need to play them. You just might back them off a little bit. You want to keep that continuity.
What if?
You got to remember. Well,
What if?
Well,
What if he's walking into the locker room and trips and falls and hurts his ankle again?
Look what happened in a pregame warm-up when we lost them for 3 weeks.
You can't put him in bubble wrap.
Well, why not?
No.
You don't need him for the next 3 games.
You get hurt in a scrimmage that they're going to have next week when they got 4 or 5 days
Exactly.
off.
But that's a little bit different because you can control this. Not putting him on the court or any of those guys on the court. I don't see no reason to play. Why are the other teams not doing it? Why are the Suns different?
Teams are playing their guys.
No, they're not.
They are.
Look at Denver tonight. They're not playing anybody.
That's because Jokic has a calf strain.
But he could go if he had to.
If he had to.
But their two other stars aren't playing.
I understand, but I would guess that they will play minutes tonight, but they'll be limited minutes, and then maybe not play in the last game for the Suns.
And the thing here, Rock, is that he's only played 7 games on the court with this team, that being Kevin Durant.
Good point.
They want to make sure that continuity, that chemistry, all the above is in place. You only got 3 more games. Yeah, they'll have limited minutes, but when they have that week off, they still will only have had 10 games of working together, making sure everybody knows exactly where to go. Guys kind of feeling each other out. In reference to all that. And also Monty wants to make sure that he's got the bench play and the rotations down completely. So, 25, 30 minutes, okay. And on top of that, you even heard Kevin Durant talk about this. I want to get my cardio down to where if I got to go 35, 40 minutes in a playoff game, I need to have that. You can't get that at practice. You just won't get that at practice. They even talked about they may push Devin Booker to 40 minutes these last couple of games.
They did say that.
So he can have that cardio when he goes into the playoffs.
Oh, come on. They've played almost an 82-game season. Now all of a sudden they're worried about their cardio.
No, they're not worried about that. Talking about going from 35, on average 35 to 40. So he might push that envelope a little bit. Hey, they're going to have 5 days off, Rock, until they play an actual game. Mm-hmm. So they want to get as many reps, as much cardio, as much continuity in, because you won't get that once practices start next week.
All right.
4 or 5 days.
All right.
I have no problem with that.
All right. Rock is the king of bubble wrap.
I'm really not. I hate load management more than anything, but under these circumstances, when you can't go any higher, you can't go any lower, you gotta. You're hosting the first round of the playoffs. Let's give some of those guys on the bench that we need to see play more when it comes down to playoff time. Because I think it's safe to say you got the big 4.
Right.
It's that 5th guy, 6th guy, 7th guy that can really make a difference in the playoffs.
And that's what Monty said. Monty said we'll rotate those guys in more so than we have, just to make sure they're ready to go. But you got to make sure you've got your rotation, you got your placement, you got your matchups, that they have that and understand that when they go into the days off next week.
Merrill Kelly will get the ball tonight, and the Diamondbacks home opener against the Dodgers as he pitched 3.2 shutout innings in his first start. Dodgers have won 4 out of the 6 in their season-opening homestand against the Diamondbacks, which they split with, and Colorado. Dustin May, no wins or losses on his season so far. He pitched 7 shutout innings last week against the Diamondbacks, a game that the Dodgers went on to lose by 1 run to the D-backs. So tonight is the home opener. Also, the Nuggets and Suns. Boy, wouldn't I love to be going down there around 6 o'clock to drive through the city.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, I just wish Derek Hall had some say and made this a day game.
Foresight.
I would have went.
Yeah.
A home opener.
You would have left us here.
Yeah, I would have. I mean, because home openers should be day games.
I'm all for that, to be honest with you.
The roof open. It's a beautiful day.
It's going to be closed tonight. The roof is going to be closed. I'm just saying
it would be open.
Oh,
with
yes.
This weather, if they can figure it out, if it opens or closes. I know there's some button like our studio. No. There's that one button no one knows how to figure out when we drop.
They may keep it closed the entire year because it still has not been fixed.
That is correct.
Yeah, so they got to make a decision that they've got to close it probably entire year, because when it's 190 outside and that bad boy's open even at nighttime, it's still like 110 at 7 o'clock at night.
Yotes are back on the ice tonight in Seattle for a rematch with the Kraken. They were crushed on Monday 8-1 for their 8th straight loss. A round of applause. They're out of the playoffs with 4 games to remaining. But it's what's off the ice that's making news as Phoenix sues Tempe to stop $2.1 billion the Coyotes deal, and here the Yotes are now countersuing Phoenix for $2.3 billion in a response to the capital city's own lawsuit that sought to upend the Coyotes' massive development deal on Tempe Town Lake. Now, Craig Morgan of PHX Sports shared the legal action taken by the Coyotes and its development arm, which is called Bluebird Development, in a release that was titled Arizona Coyotes Development Arm Files Notice of Claiming Seeking $2.3 billion from the Phoenix City Hall in response to the ridiculous complaint filed by Sky Harbor. So basically, this team is saying in a counterclaim yesterday that Phoenix broke its word, decided to undermine the planned development with Tempe Town Lake. This is all politics. It's Tempe versus Phoenix, with the team being the Yotes in the middle. And, you know, I'm at the point now, of course, I'm supporting the planned project. I think we all are. If you're a sports fan, why not? Oh, we'd love to get a new area to go see the Yotes. But I don't know what's going on politically, and I don't know where I should kind of lean. Who's at fault? I just know if there's a residential issue under a certain amount of space or distance from the airport, that needs to be addressed. And maybe the Coyotes in this development need to tweak the residential piece of this, because it seems like that's what it comes down to, noise and everything around the airport, right? Safety. So tweak it. So instead of making, $100 million a year, you're going to make $90 million a year.
That's common sense, Rock. So we're dealing with municipalities and a development firm. They're the arm of the Yotes, which is a huge piece as far as the bonds are concerned, too. So you got the $50 million worth of bonds that are in there. Is it with the residential or not? Now, I don't know if that can be tweaked or not. But I will say this. The city of Phoenix came out with their statement saying, we were negotiating with the city of Tempe. We were working this. Yeah. We were all ready to go, but they walked away from us. That's their side of the story in reference to this. And to your point, they talked about the noise, residential noise, the vibrations,
the apartments being like soundproof,
all the above kind of thing. But this was on the table from the get-go.
Yes.
So like the last year and a half to 2 years, as they were tweaking the zoning, the development, the soils of the property, all the above, I can't imagine this particular scenario wasn't hammered out before they floated the bonds from that standpoint. So from what I'm hearing from the Tempe side, it sounds like this came out of right field, knowing that was part of the development plan. And when you see the Yotes suing them for $2 million more than the development cost itself, that's what they're saying with that.
I think it's funny that, the Coyotes come out, and this is part of a quote, "We will not stand for Phoenix bullying Tempe."
I love that part of it. It's like war. It's like war between the towns. That's exactly all it is.
And you wonder, you got all the high rise along Town Lake, but the residential's more to the south of the lake. This is right there on it, and you're like, okay, that's been from the get go. So it'll be interesting to see how they hammer it out. My question is, I'm assuming you can still go through the vote on May 16th, knowing that this is being litigated.
Couldn't tell you. You need an attorney. Know who could maybe answer that? Rick Horo, the sports professor. He's going to join us in about 20 minutes. So we got a Vans Masters leaderboard update coming up. And how about back-to-back hole-in-ones in the Masters Par 3? We're going to revisit them in our Valley Chevy Sounds of the Night. We're just getting started from the Twin Peaks here in Scottsdale. Appreciate you hanging out with us. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B here on Fox Sports 9.
Time.
It's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. We love providing great food for family gatherings, parties, even...
Right Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at righttoyota.com.
Golfers, teed up at Vans Golf Shops for the hottest new arrivals from TaylorMade, featuring the Stealth 2 Woods and Irons. The new Stealth 2 Woods combines speed and forgiveness to unlock forgiveness, and the new Stealth HD Irons deliver high launch with draw bias to give you the confidence to expect better shots more often. Swing into Vans Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Vans Golf Shops. Unmatched expertise, unmatched service.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
In this week's Marketers Report, Raja Manar, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer of MasterCard, talks about measurement.
Measuring sonic and sonic branding, the principles of measurement are the same, but the parameters that you measure are different. We measured, and what we find is our investment is paying for itself in oodles.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. Go to iHeartResults.com for more.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com. My name is Sue Smith. I'm 38 and I work at a graphic design company. And the teenage me would tell you I wouldn't be into drawing and art if it wasn't for Big Brothers Big Sisters. My big sister showed me early on that I could do anything. And to the young me, that meant a lot.
My big sister's name is Sheila, and Sheila is the reason that this 8-year-old grows up to have an amazing job as a graphic designer.
whether you donate money or time, you're helping Big Brothers Big Sisters help a child. Start something today at bigbrothersbigsisters.org. Brought to you by Big Brothers Big Sisters and the Ad Council.
It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Broadcasting live from one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
Another beautiful day.
You want to go 70
at the Masters.
Yeah, I saw that.
The course at Augusta National.
Well. They had all
Each blade of grass cut to perfection, and each green.
All right, guys, I'm about to pod you up.
Guys holding 40-ounce cans of beer.
I didn't know you. I'm giving you a chance. All right, you guys are hot.
On CBS.
Max, are you ready? Are you pipes ready to go?
Yes, sir.
You got a lot here. You got a lot to handle here. I mean, this is the Masters.
Pressure's
It's
on.
not like we got to start the Vans leaderboard, golf leaderboard, with like the Wachovia Open in Charlotte, right? We're starting right with the Masters. I mean, this is the peak of updates doing Masters. So you got to be on your A game here because this is such an important day. And you're going to be doing this 3 times today, and then you're going to do it again tomorrow. And then I'm hoping take the points you're going to do it as well. So are you ready?
Yes, sir. Let's get it rolling.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it, Ben.
Guys, I need a second. Everything's down. Give me a second.
All right. So you're lucky because Ben can't.
No, I need a second. Give me a second.
So Ben couldn't figure it out right now. He's got some problems. So you have more time to kind of.
Was checking that leaderboard to make sure everything's
It's
dialed
he
in
can
properly.
refresh his notes.
Yeah, make sure that bad boy is all set to go. And when you see guys like Rom and Hovland and Koepka all ready to go. So, Jax, when you get that kind of a diatribe from Rock, just I got it. No big
Just say,
deal.
no problem, man.
Yeah,
So
no
it's just like put me
I
in
got
coach.
this, coach.
Just put me in
I was
coach.
up at 6 a.m. watching the Masters. I got the whole lowdown, whole rundown.
So how
here.
deep are you going to go with your update? I mean, how many guys down? Are
I
you
usually-
just going to give the top 6 that
Resetting.
you see on TV?
I
or
usually
you-
go top 3 and then who's rising up in the leaderboard.
Okay.
Is what I would go.
and then some notables, maybe?
Yeah,
Okay.
obviously people want to know about Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, some of
Okay.
those names.
All right. So I think we bought some time there.
Yeah.
Ben, are we ready to go?
I still need a second.
He needs a second. So when he says I need a second, now we're up to a minute. Now we're at 2 minutes, and and a minute in radio is a long time.
I'm back. Hit it. I'm back.
No, you hit it. Don't tell us to hit it. You hit it.
Time for your latest Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B leaderboard update.
Guys, I'm telling you, everything crashed on me. I might still do it, so just give me a second.
Shops. Swing into Vans Golf Shops and get
All
custom.
right, you guys are hot now.
Vans Golf Shops. Unmatched service. Unmatched expertise.
Hello, friends. The Vans.
Ben, we're going to do this again. I want you to reset. Let's start over. There's no way you're going to do a Jim Nance. No.
One guy.
There's only one Jim Nance. All right, let's start over.
Time for your latest Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B leaderboard update.
And this tradition unlike any other, the Masters on CBS.
Presented by Vans Golf Shops. Swing into Vans Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Vans Golf Shops. Unmatched service. Unmatched expertise.
And at the top of the leaderboards, ladies and gentlemen, John Rahm and Victor Hovland at 7 under apiece, which is the lowest opening round in Masters history. Now, fun fact for you, Rock. The last player to lead the opening round and to win the Masters was Jordan Spieth back in 2015. Just below him, 2 young stars, both at age 26, Cameron Young and Sam Burns, both at both at 5 under. Brooks Koepka, live golfer, is also at 5 under as well, tied for 3rd place. And then as we go down in the leaderboard here, Sam Bennett, amateur, who was the 2022 amateur champion, is at 4 under through 9 holes. Jordan Spieth, 2015 champion, is at tied for 6, 4 under through 8 holes. The defending champion, Scotty Scheffler, is at 3 under through 9. And some of the top guys that have been getting a lot of buzz lately, like Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. Rory McIlroy is at 1 over through 9 holes. And a rough round for Tiger Woods, who is at 2 over, finishing the round for today.
I don't know if that's a rough round for a guy that was in a life-threatening car accident just 2 years ago. I give the guy a lot of credit. It takes him like 4 hours just to get ready.
I know he's not happy about it, though.
No, of course he's not. But it's 25th year of being in this deal, and earlier this week said this could be his last, which you don't want to hear. So nice job, Jax.
We'll get better throughout the program.
We do. Our Valley Chevy Sounds of the Night. Today's Sounds of the Night are brought to you by the Valley Chevy Dealers. Your Valley Chevy Dealers serving the Valley for over 80 years. Find new roads at your Chevy dealer. Head to valleychevy.com. Well, yesterday in the par 3, we had back-to-back hole-in-ones. We had multiple hole-in-ones. It was outstanding theater. Here is the back-to-back Masters par 3 hole-in-ones.
It's Seamus Power, downhill, 114 yards. There has not been a hole-in-one yet today. That sure sounded like a hole-in-one, Lord. This is Seamus Power on 9. Have the proper speed. It looks good. Seamus Power on back-to-back holes.
Seamus Power.
How about that on cue? Hasn't been a hole-in-one yet. Bang.
Bang.
Hole-in-one.
Back-to-back. The problem is he didn't even win. Tim Hoagie won. He had a hole-in-one as well. I guess there's a stat that no one that has won the par 3 has ever won the Masters.
That is correct. Got the short game down, just can't handle the course.
How do you know that? What's he doing right now? I don't even know what the leaderboard is with Tim Hoagie.
80 yards into 145, 160 yards in there, they're money.
It used to be, Rock, that a lot of guys would not play the par 3 because they wanted to skip it because of that stat that you just gave out.
A little superstitious, are they?
Absolutely.
I would think you want to play just to get your short game, your par 3.
They're ready. They're ready.
Tom Hoagie is 3 over through 14.
After he won the par 3.
Yeah, he'd make the cut.
It's interesting. A guy that always starts pretty well and then kind of fades is Freddie Couples, -1. Fred always
he was in a leading group for a while there.
He was.
But he always, every year, he's like the first couple days, he's right there. He'll make the cut. Then he fades like tissue paper in a rainstorm.
He's older, Manuch.
Well, I get it.
It catches up to him.
We get it, Jimmy. And then you got Phil Mickelson -1. Talked about Koepka being in the hunt with the live guys. Right there. Koepka says he's completely healthy. Finally, to make that run at -5.
He just won the last live golf tournament as well, so he is playing very good golf.
Does Phil talk to anybody today? I know he was kind of on the end. It was yesterday. He just kind of was by himself and got his haircut, got his new glasses and whatnot, going strong. But
sat at the end of the dinner when they had the Masters winners dinner. He sat at the very back of the table.
Wouldn't talk to anybody.
Nothing.
He's got his game face on, Jim.
Yeah. But how about John Rahm after hole 1 having a double bogey 4-putt to bounce back and to be on the leaderboard, especially the
Scottsdale zone.
Yep. Yeah. Visibly upset. Maybe that fired him up. Maybe a little adversity. He said, damn it, I need to get my mind right.
I think he said worse than that.
Yeah,
I think the cameras picked it up.
He said it in Spanish.
So many, great storylines. Of course, Scotty Scheffler, will he defend his title?
3 minutes.
We talked a lot about Rory McIlroy earlier in the week to complete the Grand Slam. he needs to win a green jacket. Tiger, of course, his 25th career Masters. And then all the talk with the live golfers, can they hold their own? And Brooks Koepka right now is playing pretty well. He won the tournament last week. Phil Mickelson has been playing pretty good today. He was struggling a little bit, then came back. Last I looked, he was -1, but I don't know where he is now.
Yeah.
That was about an hour ago. So, and then they lengthened the number 13 hole, so we'll see how that performs over the course of the 4 days. But weather's the big story. Right now, it's great. It's hot, 80 degrees, humid, and I'm anxious to see how that all plays out later. The advantages of teeing off in the morning opposed to the afternoon because the way the course plays, the greens run, and all that good stuff. But there's no better time than the Masters.
It's interesting. We talked with Steve Dahlman. He said, look, they can control those greens. If you get a lot of water, you can still
they have
suck
that
them out.
Incredible draining system.
Yeah, whatever underneath from that. But they said, potential rain, potential tornadic activity that's gone through the Midwest and coming through that area as well, too. So, just hopefully none of that comes through it. But they said the temperature is going to drop like 20 degrees, potential rain. And when that temperature drops, heads up, look above with the tornadoes that have been coming through the Midwest, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful place. And for those of you who have not been, it's bucket list. I mean, I know Super Bowl tends to be the bucket list of all bucket lists because of the NFL, and you're paying, tons of money to go to a Super Bowl. We were talking about $5,000, $6,000. Right now for this year, tickets were going for about $2,500 for $2,700 it topped. Maxed out at about $90,000 for this week's tour event here at the Augusta National. But that's a lot of money. I mean, they're get-in tickets for a one-day pass start at $6,600, and then believe it or not, they dropped to $2,700 on Friday. I mean, when I went, I've been there in 2004, 2007, and 2011.
Wow!
And I remember the first time I went, I put it up on my Twitter today. I took my dad. It was a Thursday. But I had to buy badges, and but it was a one-day badge on a Thursday. It's $1,000 is what each ticket was. I had to meet a guy at a gas station at like 6:30 in the morning.
Covert operations here, man.
He needed my credit card to be able to have up to $20,000 on. Okay, so at the time I'm like, Dad,
really?
Yeah. And then you had to have that badge returned to him at like 6:30, 7 o'clock that night. I had to meet him back at the gas station because it's a badge.
Sure.
And they're for the whole week, but worth every penny. And $1,000 is a lot of money, but if you really look at it, we walked in at 8 o'clock and we left at 6 o'clock. I mean, you're there for 6, 10 hours,
right?
And you divide it $100 an hour to watch the Masters. I think that's pretty well worth it.
You guys both talk about the undulations on the green and the up and the down. They had the drone cam. If the drone was there, pretty much showing and going up and down, it gave you a greater appreciation than just the cameras. So here's this drone flying up and down to give you like that real view from maybe 20 feet up. You went, oh my gosh! I mean, that's straight down, straight up. And then they showed a couple other shots above as they showed the whole course. But it was curious to go from hole 1 to 2 to 3 and to kind of be on that level of walking to go up and down and to go, these guys are getting a hell of a workout. So it's physically,
that's why I kind of made a comment when Jack said Tiger had a rough day. 2 over. He's still there. He's still in it. But if they're going to be firing off -7s, with Hovland and Rahm, and there's still a lot of guys out there. Where's Bennett at right now? He was -4 through 8. Bennett is the kid from Texas A&M.
Still 4 under through 10.
I mean, how awesome is that?
That's great.
If he could get through and finish that strong, I think it would be absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. So, the winner of the 2023 Masters Tournament will pocket a record-tying purse of $2.7 million. We're going to talk to the sports professor, Rick Horo. Next, we'll also see if he can shed some light on what's going on with the Yotes, and maybe he's got some, lawyer speak that he can help us on what's going on between Phoenix and Tempe and the feud between them. So he will join us next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. This is Fox Sports 9.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
Former Cardinals defensive lineman Corey Peters announced over social media he's retiring. Peters played in 81 games for Arizona from 2016 to 2021, primarily at nose tackle. ASU men's basketball forward Warren Washington is declaring for the NBA draft, but is maintaining its final year of college eligibility. Merrill Kelly gets a start for the D-backs in today's Chase Field opener against the Dodgers. It's their second 4-game series of the young season. NHL, the Coyotes look to break their 8-game losing streak tonight when they take on the Kraken. The Suns come into tonight's game against the Nuggets on a 6-game win streak and locked into the Western Conference 4 seed. I'm Joel Stern on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers. Or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino, Arizona.
Paid for by government.com. The 1878.
Sounds good. I'm trying to get a hold of them right now.
Morgan Silver Dollar, a true American classic and one of the most iconic silver dollar coins in history. It's been 100 years since the last Morgan Silver Dollar coin was struck for circulation. And now, for a limited time only, full pound bags of original U.S. government struck Morgan dollars are being released to the public. That's right. You can own a full pound of 1878 to 1921 classic American Morgan Silver Dollar coins, all in very good collector condition with fully visible dates and mint marks, guaranteed. Call 1-800-721-0383 now to secure collector-grade U.S. Morgan Silver dollars by the pound, struck during the Wild West and the Gilded Age. Plus, receive a bonus American Collector's Pack valued at over $25, free with every order. Call 1-800-721-0383
Here we go.
now to secure your full pound bag of Morgan Silver Dollar coins before
I'm going insane.
1-800-721-0383. That's 1-800-721-0383.
This family takes turns turning heads. Brains, beauty, and athleticism. All they need now is for you to drive them off the lot. The Mercedes-Benz family of SUVs. A family of unrivaled vehicles waiting at your local dealer.
It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Broadcasting live.
Guys are hot 5 seconds.
Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
In Scottsdale today, Twin Peaks, Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Jax, Ben. We got you for the next few hours. Joining us now, as he does each and every week, and it seems like over the last 10 years he's been joining us. There really doesn't go a month where we don't talk about the Arizona Coyotes and what's going on with them off the ice, and it continues as the Yotes filed a $2.3 billion lawsuit against the city over the arena dispute. And Rick joins us now. How you doing, Rick? What's going on? How are you?
I'm great. Kind of hard to get connected. I just stepped off the course for a while because, and we'll get back there. But you know how stickler the Masters folks are about phones on the course and internet and all. So I'm good. I would never tell you I wasn't going to come on or wasn't going to come on and not be on because it would break the heart of you guys who text all the time, and I keep saying yes, so I've got to be on.
And you're at the Masters. Yeah. I mean, really? I mean, how cool is that? All right, but I want to get to that in a moment, but you know, you probably haven't had much time to kind of look at what we're dealing with here in Phoenix, but I know you know the history here. The question we have, and Manuch, I'll let you throw it at him because we've been going back and forth, and this is just maybe putting on your lawyer hat that you can answer this in a generalized way.
Well, and I think, Rick, the one thing is the vote's coming up here May 16th, so you've got a suit against the city of Tempe from the city of Phoenix, and then now you've got the developer, i.e. the owner of the team, filing a suit against the city of Phoenix for $2.3 billion. The vote's coming up, bonds are set. It's going to be all kinds of stuff is all ready to go. Can you still have a vote on a development with this litigation going back and forth? Can the voters still go, okay, we approve it? Because the thing that's unsettled, the thing that's the key here, Rick, is the residential piece of this with the noise and vibration. City of Phoenix says, is that a whack? And Tempe's denying that. So I just want curious, can you still vote on this project?
Well, again, I can't get specific about it. I just don't know enough about the lawsuit that was filed today. I know generally about the dispute. But the problem, of course, is that regardless of whether there's a legal issue to stop the ballot question because it's not ripe and it's not appropriate until this was resolved, which I guess is dependent on what the facts of the lawsuit are, there's going to be a lot of confusion. And, one of the things that I do know after working on a number of these ballot public funding, public facility questions, whether it's a referendum or whether it's asking a public body to approve a deal, which is almost like a referendum. It's like a political campaign because public sectors are not going to approve them unless they think that the public is behind them. So same kind of thing. And, the overwhelming issue is confusion. And now more than anything else, I guess we'll have to see counterpoint, the folks that have been behind the bond issue. I know a lot of the people either way, and very good professionals who really want to do some good stuff. And against the backdrop of you have had so many false starts with the Coyotes, I am reminded about we had about 13 deals in South Florida before we finally got Arena done, which then led to the Heat, then led to the Panthers. Now you got your 4 teams, or 5 if you call it soccer. And the next question is, what's the next arena? So, you got to lose a lot before you win. The problem is it comes to a point when there are just so many false starts and so many defeats that it's over. And I won't say this is it, but I will say that you all have a real significant advocate in your commissioner of hockey, Gary Bettman, the Valley and everything involved in it. But I would say, you can only go to the well so many times. So without getting too specific, this is a very important month.
And my follow-up question to that, Rick, is does the development, if they retweet the development, let's say the bonds are $50 million, will that change, or the bonds are there for 50 for development, for site cleanup, et cetera, and the numbers as far as the $500 million as far as development from the Murillo Group, does that stand pat from that standpoint, or will that change? Because to your point, that might confuse the voters for 301, 302, and 303 props.
Well, without getting specific on that, the answer generally is that you have a referendum that focuses on stadium and then what it does for the overall development around the country. And those issues are kind of the same. But if, the numbers generally after a voter approval can change. There are a lot of lawsuits that have happened about, well, it's not 38 million, it's 38 and a half. And usually it's, if it's the concept that the voters approved, judges will usually let it go. If the change is so fundamental that the voters approved X and this is Y, then you might have a legitimate reason to reconsider. So again, that's the general backdrop, and I don't know, again, how it applies here.
Rick, my question is a simple one. Has it turned into a war between the two cities? In other words, is Phoenix upset in some form that the Coyotes didn't try to build in Phoenix instead of looking to go to Tempe, and they waited for what they felt was the appropriate time to kind of throw a big wrench into everything?
Big wrench in the question asking. Usually Rock is the one that's designated to ask the simple question. I didn't know. Right. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, exactly. So, listen, in all seriousness, your question is a really good one because, every deal that I've ever seen that has jurisdictional squabbling, there's a lot of, it's like an automotive plant. It's just like a headquarters for a high tech company. Everybody likes to bid for the next big thing, and it's a prize that people will attempt to compete with their neighbors for. So it is not a secret that communities around a large metropolitan area will bid for stuff. It's a very frequent technique when we were doing facilities for the NFL and otherwise is, for cities that wanted to get stadiums done. AT&T Stadium's great, but it was Arlington against Dallas, against Fort Worth, against Irving. Remember they had the old Texas Stadium in Irving?
Yes.
It's same similar kind of thing. Everybody wants the byline and everybody wants the awareness. And it's not surprising that you would battle for it. These numbers are pretty significant, however. When you first look at that, and I read it a little bit before just now, it's a big number.
Yeah.
And usually lawsuit numbers are high to get people's attention, but this is a big deal. Obviously,
Rick Horrow joining us, the sports professor. You can follow him at Rick Horrow on Twitter. Talking about the Masters, get-in prices I saw today started at $6,600, but then they're slightly cheaper tomorrow, around $2,700. How are they doing it? I haven't been back there in a long time, like 2014. Are they still doing the badges, or are they now doing electronic?
No, it's all badges still. It's old school.
Okay.
And there are, I would say, 20 clubs, hospitality clubs, where badges are being distributed. Corporations will buy them from members. It's kind of a underground economy. It's nothing that is going to be shut down or anything. But this is a tournament, as you got to remember. It's the only one of the four majors that doesn't move.
Yeah.
So every one of the other majors, you do development, you go to another city, then you come back in maybe 6, 7, 8 years. Here, there are. I did a little segment yesterday. There are 32 hotels that have been that sprung up over the last 7 years, pre-COVID, post-COVID, and the lion's share of the economics are the week or two before the Masters. And it's a developer's dream. The tickets are done the same way. There are these hospitality clubs. Every corporation in America descends on the Masters. The reason why the prices are so high today is because it's really back in full. You had one in November, then you had the other one, pre-COVID, COVID, during COVID, after COVID. And this is, there's no talk of COVID. There's no talk of masks. I don't see anything. It really kind of is back to normal, including the highest prices I've ever seen. I was there yesterday, in addition, and the badge numbers yesterday went for over $3,000 for people in this underground economy.
Wow. And I saw that a fan can order every item on the menu, including alcohol beverages, and it would only be $66 total. That's like 2 beers at Footprint for the Suns.
Yeah, right. And, the only place that I know that can give you your bang for the buck as far as, there are 2 places. One is the Masters, and the other are the 5 Twin Peaks locations all over the valley.
Man, that is why he is the sports professor. He picked up on the 5 locations now. That's impressive. Wow.
Hey, and I'm getting meals at all 5 next time.
Yes, yeah, well, absolutely.
and something that you would find very hard to deliver, usually, free parking.
Yes, absolutely. We may even get one with your picture on it, at all 5 locations, just for Rick Horrow. It's private. Where usually for takeout only, it'll be for Rick Horrow only. How about that?
I want one of those spaces.
Okay.
I want one of those free parking.
We'll let you get back out there on the grounds. Thank you so much for joining us on Masters Thursday, man. We really appreciate it, buddy.
All right, man. See you next week. Bye.
That's Rick Horrow, live from Augusta National. Stepped away to talk to us.
I feel honored.
I do too. I'm just more importantly, our checks are clearing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still able to come on. Well, hey, coming up, it's National Burrito Day. We're going to tell you where you can get a deal like Chipotle or Taco Bell. And would you eat a Cadbury cream egg sub for Easter?
Oh, what is it? How much would you pay me?
Well, I'll tell you next.
Oh boy.
Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B from Twin Peaks in Scottsdale, live, I should say, on Fox Sports 910.
With inflation compensation, you can win $1,000. Listen at the top of the hour weekdays from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. for the keyword to enter at foxsports910.com. Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe. Results matter, so we want to help you win $1,000. Powered by Lerner and Rowe Accident Attorneys, where we treat you like family. In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today at 977-1900. At Lerner and Rowe, we don't have empty slogans or make empty promises. What we do have is a history of proven results. In a wreck, need a check? We've collected billions of dollars for our clients, with over $1 billion recovered in the past 5 years alone. Make one call, that's all. And we have a team of legal professionals standing by, waiting to begin working on your case the moment you call. Call Lerner and Rowe today. Find out why we've been voted best law firm in Arizona for the past 8 years in a row.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
The right price, the right selection. It's all now at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Stop by today and see why Wright Toyota continues to be Arizona's top Toyota dealership, located just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Golfers, tee it up at Vans Golf Shops for the hottest new arrivals from TaylorMade, featuring the Stealth 2 Woods and Irons. The new Stealth 2 Woods combines speed and forgiveness to unlock forgiveness, and the new Stealth HD Irons deliver high launch with draw bias to give you the confidence to expect better shots more often. Swing into Vans Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Vans Golf Shops. Unmatched expertise, unmatched service.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
In this week's Marketers Report, Chris Brandt, Chief Marketing Officer at Chipotle Mexican Grill, weighs in on the power of audio.
We've used audio to reinforce what we're showing on TV, what we're showing in other digital channels. When your priority is driving reach, boy, everybody seems to listen to the radio.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Natalia, solid dismount, but that little pause is a deduction.
Top tumblers hope to stick the landing with Coach
That
Jasmine.
aerial sequence still needs work.
She needs more certified athletic trainers to find her balance.
Focus. I'm going to need you for the all-around. Wait, who's spotting the vault?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
That cat coming down the street? I don't know, but it sounds to me like that's just the man with the bone. Still having himself a ball.
It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910 and the
Guys are hot.
Radio app.
88 years ago today, 1935, Harold Bunny Levitt made 499 consecutive free throws. He missed on the 500th try, then made 371 more shots without a miss. Now, the Harlem Globetrotters offered $1,000 to anyone that could beat his record. And the closest anyone came was 86 out of 100. And the worst that he ever did, that being Bunny, was 96 out of 100. How about that? And you can relate, Jimmy. He was only 5'4".
Well, I could post him up.
Yes, you could.
I did. We did a contest when I was in high school. I think it was my senior year of free throw shooting, and I made 67 in a row, and then finally missed.
You know,
don't hurt your shoulder, patting yourself on the back.
No,
Jimmy.
Manuch, we're not going there. We are going down the road. This is total. This is what guys do when they're over 55. They embellish and they make up stories, knowing that I can't fact check this.
Not an
There's
embarrassment.
no way you did that.
Yes,
and
it
it's
is.
just like Manuch remembers meeting the President of the United States when he was 2. 3. You guys, 3.
Yeah.
You guys embellish so many stories. Now, I'm going to be there in 3 months.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not 55 yet, but when
You're
I'm
closing
55,
in.
I'm going to start making up these stories because you can't fact check them.
I
You
also
can't fact check
I
them.
also did 46 dips on the dip bar. My senior year.
whatever.
Who was there with you when you did the 67 in a row?
All the high school games. Everybody did.
All right, you want a lifeline? You want to make a phone call? Can we call somebody live on the air and see if this is legit?
67 in a row.
Yep.
So you can't fact check it. That's my whole point. Both you guys.
I'm sorry.
You guys make these stories up.
Okay, I'll take it back then. It never happened.
Good. I believe it.
Now
There you
that's
go.
better. I'll take it back.
Man,
I know what happened, but I'll
Jimmy,
take it back.
You guys live in your own little world.
Stand up to him. Just say, nope, I got it. I got my guys. I can call them. Stand up to it.
I don't even know anybody who's even still alive. That was so long ago. I'm outliving everybody.
50 years ago today, 1973, baseball died a little bit.
Don't take that, Jimmy.
Ron Bloomberg of the Yankees became the first designated hitter. How about that? I think I got his rookie card. Hey, it's Happy National Twinkie Day.
Woohoo! Loved Twinkies.
Yeah,
I love Twinkies. The key, the best lunch you could get growing up is a bologna sandwich, apple, Fritos. It was really cool if you got a ding dong or a Twinkie, in there. Because you knew Dad must have got paid the week before because you got a Twinkie. And they don't last more than, 20 years at a time if you save them.
All right, today is National Burrito Day as well. It's always the first Thursday in April. We all knew that. And the two biggest chains in America both have some deals. We all like Chipotle, I would assume. They're giving away 10,000 free burritos. They're posting codes on Twitter. You have to text each code to the number 888-222 for your chance to win. They're also offering free delivery on their app. The promo code is DELIVER. And then Taco Bell also has a free burrito deal. If you order through their app and spend $20, I mean, that's a lot of food for $20 at Taco Bell, you'll get a grilled cheese burrito for free. You can also order on DoorDash, Uber Eats, and all that kind of stuff for any burrito, too, over the weekend. And then USA Today did a roundup of regional burrito joints. They also have deals, so you can check that out. You can go to USA Today, and you can check all that out. So there you have it. And I guess some Mexican place in Milwaukee is doing a World Burrito Eating Contest, and our good buddy Joey Chestnut. Not sure it already happened. Maybe Jack's can figure out if he won. But Joey Chestnut and 9 other pros were eating as many burritos as they can in 10 minutes.
Ooh,
and I was streamed, and it happened about a few hours ago. So I'm sure everyone can't wait for that update.
Yeah, Joey loves the challenge. Chicken wings, burritos, hot
yep,
dogs,
wings, everything. Hot dogs are his favorite.
Yeah.
So Joey ended up winning. He ate over 14 burritos.
Oh my God!
Were they bean burritos, beef burritos?
I hope
or
not.
Chicken burritos.
I'm not going near that guy for a week.
Looking into what kind of burritos they are, but I believe it was 14 minutes. Cheesy, thick burritos.
Bean and cheese. Bean and cheese.
Probably.
That doesn't surprise me.
What if there's hot sauce on it?
All right, now would you guys eat this? Subway has created the Cadbury cream egg sub for Easter. Literally, they smashed up a bunch of Cadbury eggs, melted on Italian bread.
No way.
And they're out in the UK.
I like them just separately, but I could never have them with like a
Only
piece of bread.
530 calories. That's not
I
bad.
didn't even know what they are.
Cadbury eggs.
Yeah.
For your Easter egg basket. You ever get Easter egg basket?
I know those are just hard-boiled eggs.
No, it's
No,
like a
chocolate
chocolate egg.
A Cadbury egg.
I told you I had no clue.
And they get goo in them.
Oh, those things. Oh,
they're terrible.
Oh, they're awful.
they're
the
horrible.
worst.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know, it's one of those things where you love that the bunnies that are just hollow.
The chicks.
Chocolate. Yeah, those are the best.
Those
Not
are good.
the chicks. Chicks are all sugar.
Or the peeps.
Yeah.
Yeah. The chocolate.
No, the hollow chocolate ones are great.
Easter bunny. You ever had the hard ones? The bunnies take about 2 years to finish those bad boys. Solid versus hollow.
Oh.
Hey, the random facts of the day are brought to you by our Valley Chevy dealers. And when you are shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, you need to go visit one of the 13 Valley Chevy dealers. When you have a Silverado as the number one selling retail full-size lightweight duty, you got to check it out for yourself. They are doing real well with that truck.
3 minutes.
And right now it is truck season at Valley Chevy, valleychevydealers.com. And coming up in a couple weeks, you'll have a chance to win a 75-inch smart TV from Valley Chevy. We'll have a new Texan win contest similar to what we've done here at Twin Peaks for the grill and the video games and all the other stuff. And we'll be doing the same thing for a 75-inch smart TV. You guys have room for one of those?
I do.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like I think everybody can make the room. Here's the thing. You go to your wife and you say, your girlfriend, whatever, or other way around, and you just say, hey, I just won this. I mean, that's how you get around it because your wife's probably going to say, "Oh, you don't need a 75-inch TV. Where are we going to put it?" But if you walk home, you come home from work one day because you just picked it up because you just won it. What are you going to say? You going to take it back? Can't take it back. It was you won.
I won it.
That's the way you get around it.
You're making room.
If anybody wants us to vouch for you that you won one on our show, we'll do that all day long. So
take that 55-inch off the wall. We'll put that 75-inch bad boy.
There's always room for it.
There's always room for 75.
Always room for Jell-O.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Didn't you remember that commercial?
No.
There's always room for Jell-O.
Was that a radio commercial on the transistor back in the 50s?
No, it's Bill Cosby. Good job.
Yeah, Bill Cosby.
Yeah, there's always room for Jell-O. There's always room for a 75-inch TV.
This is our era, Rocky. He
It
just
really
spouts
is.
off once in a while.
Jax and I are better, like shaking our heads.
I
Like,
told
I'm not that far from you guys.
I'm surprised.
but-
You didn't- I'm surprised you thought Jello. That was the jingle.
That was it.
Yeah, fill it out. Bill Cosby came off those ads after his, unfortunate
See, my thing is, all right, real quick. Manuch thinks the Cosby Show is better than Seinfeld.
I got news for you. I never watched Seinfeld.
Oh my gosh, I still watch it.
He
every
watched
night.
Cosby. Cosby's a great show.
No, I never watched Cosby. I watched Cheers.
I like
Cheers
Cheers
is a good
too.
show.
Cheers is one of my top
I
five.
never watched Cosby. I never watched Seinfeld.
Really?
And I didn't watch Seinfeld till the reruns came
So
out.
when was Seinfeld on? It was on in the evening. What was I
Early
doing?
90s?
I was working. So I always worked nights, so I never had a chance to really pay close attention to those shows.
He was always working, Rock, so never had any chance for any kind of TV or social life whatsoever back in the day.
That's me. I'm grinding.
Seinfeld, late 80s, early 90s, it went off there, 95, 96?
Something like that.
Hey, I'll tell you, I didn't watch it until after it was off the air. I
30.
watched all the reruns. Great show, but I think Cosby trumps it. Pardon the pun.
I think Cheers was one of the best television shows of all time.
Very good. Yeah, I agree. It's up there.
Very good.
Hour number 2 is coming up for Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. Get you caught up on all the stories. It's a busy day in Phoenix sports. We'll also talk some D-backs with their radio color analyst, the knuckleballer, Tom Candiotti. Looking forward to catching up with Tom next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from Twin Peaks Scottsdale right here.
Hey, Arizona, if you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, visit any one of your 13 Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. The Silverado is the #1 best-selling full-size light-duty pickup. So check it out during truck season going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers or visit valleychevy.com. Based on S&G Global Mobility 2022 calendar year end, U.S. new vehicle registrations using GM custom retail registration type in the GM half-ton large pickup segments.
Golfers, teed up at Vans Golf Shops for the hottest new arrivals from TaylorMade, featuring the Stealth 2 Woods and Irons. The new Stealth 2 Woods combines speed and forgiveness to unlock forgiveness, and the new Stealth HD Irons deliver high launch with draw bias to give you the confidence to expect better shots more often. Swing into Vans Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Vans Golf Shops, unmatched expertise, unmatched service.
Hear new music first on your free iHeartRadio app. This is Lars, James from Metallica here, and this is iHeartRadio. What's up? This is Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park with the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah. Playing now on your completely free iHeartRadio app, where the biggest stars in the world connect with you.
Don't miss a single dunk, buzzer beater, or jump out of your seat moment as your Phoenix Suns take to the hardwood at Footprint Center to face off against the NBA's top contenders. Get your tickets today at Suns.com.
Pass away, Booker gets the loose ball, streaks towards the rim, throws it down with the right hand.
He got it! He got it! And the Suns have won the ball game! Oh, brother!
We are the Valley.
At Lerner & Rowe, we measure our success based on the amount of money we recover for our clients. And we're proud to say that we've collected billions of dollars for them. And no, it didn't take a gazillion years to do it. In the past 5 years alone, Lerner & Rowe has recovered over $1 billion. Millions of dollars recovered every week. We're collecting more money for more people in Arizona than any other law firm. Get the money you deserve. Call
Call Lerner and Rowe today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Do you need a new AC unit or thinking about upgrading yours? I know I have. Hey, it's Jody Ayler from my friends at Plum Smart. Beat the heat this summer with a brand new efficient AC unit with my friends at Plum Smart. Not only are they about half the prices of the other guys, they're going to throw in a free green water purifier installed with every new AC unit. That's a $1,200 value. Call my friends at Plum Smart today. 480-654-8865. Or it's just plumsmart.com because plumbers and AC guys charge too much.
Broadcasting from the Superbook.com studio. Superbook Sports, now live. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeart radio app. Number one for music, radio, and podcasts all in one. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910.
The Cardinals and their fans get some much-needed good news. They'll have new uniforms for the 2023 season, with the unveiling expected to take place before the draft later this month. Former Arizona point guard Kerr Kriisa announced he will join the West Virginia men's basketball program. The Suns are locked into the Western Conference's fourth playoff seed after yesterday's win over the Spurs. They close the regular season this week against the Nuggets, the Lakers, and the Clippers. The Diamondbacks went 3-3 on their season-opening road trip. They're returning to Chase Field for tomorrow's home opener versus the Dodgers. Merrill Kelly draws the start. I'm Frank Arity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bills. That's Bills. Enter it now at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Thursday, finally starting to see those temperatures back closer to where they should be for this time of the year, topping out at 80 degrees with mostly sunny skies. Tonight, decreasing clouds with those temperatures dipping down into those low 50s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Oregano's.
For 30 years, Oregano's has been combining fresh ingredients with unique recipes to offer tasty dishes with big flavors. Stop in for dine-in or takeout at your neighborhood Italian joint or order online at oreganos.com. Oregano's, 30 years of timeless classics.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered
Guys, I know I have no idea what I'm talking about because I've never played golf,
Arizona,
but it looks like the easiest sport ever.
Players in an environment that's as exciting as the game.
It just looks like the easiest sport ever.
No better place in the valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now,
guys are hot.
What's your top story this hour?
Our dumbass of the day is our producer, Ben, who thinks golf is the easiest sport.
Yeah, you just said that.
Yeah, this is the easiest sport.
We all fell out.
Ben.
We all fell out of our chairs.
Man, you got it. Jeez.
We love
This
you,
morning-
Ben, but come
This
on.
morning I said the same thing to Jody, and he just laughed at me.
Oh, yeah. Jody's a good stick. Jody's a good player. Top stories today. All three teams are playing tonight. That being the Suns are hosting the Nuggets. D-backs open up their home opener at Chase Field with the Dodgers. And the Coyotes are in Seattle to face the Kraken. But I want to get into some things outside of the local sports scene. Some interesting storylines that I thought were quite interesting. First, I want to go back to the NCAA tournament as the ratings came out yesterday. 12.276 million viewers, which was down 29% from last year. 29%.
That's huge. That's a huge number.
Yes. That's the fourth least watched Final Four in the Nielsen era, which goes back pretty far. So much for, people liking the Cinderella story,
Well,
right?
parody-
You ask for it, you look for
Yeah.
it, and then no one shows up to watch it.
Nobody watches.
Yeah, and it just goes to show that the Blue Bloods, all those are pretty much how much the draws. But I think, folks, it's here to stay. The transfer portal, NIL, and folks have to go, all right, okay, you got San Diego State, you got UConn. UConn has been there, it's their fifth one in 20-some years. I mean, I consider them on a top draw, but they just don't have the panache or appeal that the Duke and North Carolina and KU all have.
And this was the first time in NCAA tournament history there were no number one seeds in the Elite Eight. So it's March Madness was all underdogs, right? It was all underdogs. So there was this guy who bet $100 on every underdog.
Wow.
And here's how he did after 67 games. So his plan was simple. Bet $100 on the underdog in every game. I mean, he went 0-3 in the final 3 games of the tournament, but he still came out above $1,900 and still won.
Taking the underdog in every game.
He had 24 wins and 43 losses, so he spent 100 on each one. Princeton and FAU were obviously huge for him. They were Princeton was a plus 745 to win the first game. That was a monster win for him. Farley Dickinson was a 23-point underguard, if you remember that, against Purdue. And they had plus 2,100 odds. So those two games alone were basically where he made his money. He was one shot away from FAU upsetting in San Diego State. He would have won even more money. But I guess he's been doing this for the last couple of years, and he's up. He's up every year.
I wonder if he's just a college basketball aficionado and he just kind of knows teams, or he's done it and he's proven it over the last 3 or 4 years, as you said.
I don't know if a college kid's got $6,700 just laying around.
I don't either, but you might have a hell of a trust fund. I'm just kind of looking at that.
We all know that the Sacramento Kings basically shocked the NBA world by winning the Pacific Division over the Suns, Clippers, Lakers, and Warriors. So there was this guy, one better, who is clearly a Sacramento Kings fan. He put in a $25 future bet that the Kings would win the division, and he turned that thing into $10,000.
Wow.
How awesome is that?
That's just incredible.
And an update on that Dodgers fan who got tackled by security on the field. Remember that proposal?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, against the Diamondbacks last week. It went viral, and we all had some fun with it here on the air. Well, it turned out that he has been banned for 1 year from Dodger Stadium.
Did she say yes? That's all I care about. After all that,
She did say yes.
Oh, good for him. It's all worth it.
So now he can't go to any Dodger games. So he could just go up the street or down the street and see the Padres play him, or the Anaheim Angels play him.
Or spend more time with her. Now he's got a fiance
come on.
now.
Oh,
yeah, really.
Why
Come on.
spoil it?
Yeah.
Babe Ruth's bat just sold for $1.85 million. This bat was, and there's a photo of it, he was used in a game in 1921. And it was at the Polo Grounds. And it was originally purchased for $400,000 in February of 2018. And then it went on sale and just went for $1.85 million.
Jax, check me here real quick. I believe that Babe Ruth still used the heaviest bat ever in Major League Baseball. I think the stat is 56 ounces, 54 ounces, something like that. But I believe that I'm trying to remember this, but I still believe it's the heaviest bat used by a hitter in the major leagues till today.
You know, it's interesting. I saw a clip of batting practice with Babe Ruth, and in those days they would use the same bat. So he's taking BP, and there's Lou Gehrig on the side.
So they don't use the same bat now?
Well, no.
A lot of them use practice bats.
They're different bats.
In BP.
You got your own.
You got like 10 of your own bats.
Yeah, you do. But anyways, so he gets out of he hits. It says, there's 5 or 6. Gehrig comes hands him the bat. He comes back in. They're trading. They're using the same bat, going back and forth, and it was big. I mean, it's like was big.
Yeah.
40 ounces, 44, whatever it was.
I think the stat I saw was 54 or 56
He swung
ounces.
a big stick. Absolutely swung that big stick.
Am I right? Okay.
54.
54 or 56. 54?
That's a lot of weight,
That's it. Still is the heaviest bat ever used in MLB.
Still seeing, memorabilia is on fire. I mean, it really is. I just wish I could find the time to put my collection of everything I own and put it on eBay or do it.
Well, your Master's Shrine that you had on Twitter is pretty nice.
Yeah,
you got
that was neat.
Flag and all the other stuff, the badges, what have you.
The Michael Jordan Bulls jersey from Game 1 of the 98 NBA Finals, that went for the most so far. That went last year. It went for $10.09 million. Wow.
So
$10 million. Most expensive game-worn sports memorabilia ever.
That's a billionaire. That's a billionaire Bulls fan right there. Yeah, I got Michael Jordan's jersey worn, and then.
Well, remember the Mark McGuire ball, the
Sure.
Sosa ball by what's his name, McFarland.
Yes.
I just don't get it. What do you put it in your bathroom so you can see it every day? You're putting it on some, in your game room, your man cave,
Ego, Rock, money. I got money. Hey, look what I bought. I got the ball. I got the bat. I got the jersey. Hey, man, I can spend this kind of money.
When the boys come over to pound a few and watch a game, you can have it sitting out right there and just brag to them all night long.
They're gawking at the paraphernalia that you have there.
It's just I'll never understand that. You spend that kind of money on that, Anyway, so those are my off-the-wall stories that I wanted to pass along. Coming up this hour, we're going to catch up with Tom Candiotti as the D-backs are home for their home opener, which is kind of cool. Just wish it was a day game. Wish it was a day game with the roof open. I think that's what we love. That's why we love spring training so much, those day games. These night games I get, but when you have a Nuggets in town as well, I think you could have helped the economy by, spreading those two games out. They could have made a call and said, hey, all right, we're going to move the D-backs day game. Because you think about parking is going to be a you-know-what.
Yep.
They're going to charge more than normal. They're going to gouge is what they've been doing downtown. And it just sucks. And you could have split this up, and these restaurants and bars would have made even more money because you would have got the lunch rush, you got the happy hour rush, and then, of course, after the game.
And you could have double dipped as a fan.
Yeah,
you could have. Get over to the Suns. I mean, the one thing you look about this Diamondback team as we catch up with Tom Candiotti at 2:30 is they've stolen 9 bases in 2 games, 4 and then 5. And we saw something we haven't seen in many years. Was Rojas still home? I mean, small ball is alive and well with this team until they get their power guys. But 9 steals in 2 games total. Hey, here comes a stolen base. It's coming back.
I'm all
for the D-backs.
I'm all for that. The big difference is the pitch clock, because pitchers cannot look over and force you back. Now, when they put their foot on the rubber, that it's on right then, and so you might get one throw over there, and that's it. And then you can really start to chart yourself on and making that steal to second base.
You think, Rock, that eventually, you've been in baseball for many years, that they might limit the amount of throw overs to first base?
3 minutes.
Even to Jimmy's point,
I thought that was something that was already
on the table.
Yeah.
They haven't had one way or the other. But how about Ohtani? He gets penalized in a box as a batter. He gets penalized pitching. It's first double whammy, but he still wins the game. It's a base hit knock, and he wins it as a pitcher. So I think I think pitchers and batters will know their spot. I mean, in the case of Machado the other night, I think he just lost track. I mean, he stepped out of the box, got in the box. I just, quite frankly, they talked about how, you had the entire spring. Well, guys are kind of quasi-dialing in spring ball. But when it comes down to the real games, he's messed with his glove. He's having a Nomar Garciaparra moment, but he's in the box. Mm-hmm. So once you get to the plate in the area, and once you step in, you got those 8 seconds. That's it.
I am curious how the shorter games are going to affect the concessions and the amount of money that these teams are going to make. They make so much money on food and beverage, and now you're losing half hour up to an hour sometimes. Or do you make it up on those games that do go long and it just all works out?
Maybe people buy more. They know the game, so instead of going up and buying 1 beer, they buy 2. I mean,
so you drink more?
Yeah.
What you're saying?
Yeah, I'm just saying that could be a possibility. I don't really know or really believe that it's going to be that severe for the concessions. I really don't. People are creatures of habit. Okay, 3rd inning, I'm heading up there for that beer, and I'm going to get a sandwich. Yeah.
I've always wondered, though, even at where I'm at, out at the park out in Mesa, when it comes to, do you lower the beer prices? Do you lower the food prices and hope that you're going to sell it on quantity? I don't know if that works itself out. It's really hard to tell.
You got to know your demo out there. You got a lot of parents and then the
kids.
Because the D-backs do such a good job. They still, to this day, of all Major League Baseball teams, they are the least expensive to take a family of 4. You've seen those team reports and things like that where 4 tickets, 4 dogs, 4 drinks, 4 programs, parking, and all that, and they still are the best value. But they also have something pretty cool there at Diamondbacks. I believe they still have it. Is that team, or there's that menu where you get a $4 beer, you get a $2 dog, you get a $1 popcorn, and they're smaller sizes, but a family of 4 could go in there and feed their family and not have to worry about.
It's affordable. You don't have to go. I remember when the initiative came on, I used to take the kids to go eat something outside of the ballpark because it was so expensive initially when they first opened up.
Everybody used to bring in their own pretzel. You bring your own peanuts, stuff like that.
Sneak them in.
Yep. Can you even buy? Do they even sell peanuts anymore at the ballpark?
I think so.
Yeah. With all the allergic people out there, it's amazing how all of a sudden Southwest stops the peanuts.
Yeah.
Because one person You know, what I mean, what has happened over the years? Like all of a sudden, peanut allergies are at a level that we can't sell peanuts anymore. But I guess it's pretty severe for some people.
I think so.
Hey, our top stories are brought to you by the CAC Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. You can watch all the Major League Baseball games, the Masters, NBA, NHL, playoffs, all that. Big screens. They have 2 theater quality projection screens, 46 4K flat screen television, and, of course, that Sportsbook. So check it out, the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. I kind of had a little bit of tear today, Manuch.
You did? Why is that?
I had to go over to the CAZ Sportsbook today.
Yeah.
And they asked for us to pick up our cornhole boards.
Oh.
Great. I don't know what that means.
I don't either. Wow.
Kind of bummed about that.
My goodness.
So we may have to auction them things off. They've been a staple there.
Absolutely
been a staple for our Monday night tailgate. They're like, I was kidding. They did ask me to take them because they're moving their storage area, so they needed to make room.
Wow,
So I'm like, come on.
You had me thinking there for a while, Rock.
Hey, coming up, another edition of Quick Draw Manuch. It's a golf version, an opening day version of it from Jax and Ben. That's next. It's Fox Sports 910 from Twin Peaks in Scottsdale.
A homeowner just like you decides to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the backside of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial. State48roofing.com.
Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B Thursdays at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. The guys broadcast live from 1 to 5 Valley locations. And tune in at 2:45 for Peaks Picks, your chance to win a Twin Peaks man card. It's Guys Live every Thursday at Twin Peaks.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
SpringFest savings is here at Lowe's. Don't miss out on the best deals of the season, like 3 free bags of Miracle-Gro garden soil when you buy 3. Plus, save on other items like select laundry pairs. Get an additional $100 off select laundry pairs when you spend $1,296 or more. Head to your local Lowe's or visit Lowe's.com to shop SpringFest savings today. Valid for 4/12. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for details.
Yeah, you're saying play this bumper, play the Twin Peaks, and then I'll just send it over to you guys? All right, cool. I won't play the Masters thing then.
It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
And then you guys can just lead me to Quick Job Manuch when Jax is done.
Twin Peaks on Fox Sports
Guys are hot.
and the iHeartRadio app.
Let's do it. Let's get to the Vans Masters leaderboard update.
Time for your latest Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B leaderboard update.
And this tradition, unlike any other, the Masters on CBS.
Presented by Vans Golf Shops. Swing into Vans Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Vans Golf Shops. Unmatched service.
Three-way tie. Lead right now, Victor Hovland, John Rahm, as mentioned before.
And one more guy that not a lot of people are happy about at the top, Live Golf, Brooks Koepka, 7 under, birdieing 3 out of the last 4 holes. In the 4th spot is Cameron Young at 5 under. And then tied for 5th, there's about 6 golfers, but 2 that are currently still playing, including Jason Day, Jimmy, who you had winning it all. He's got 4 birdies, 0 bogeys, and he is through 16 holes.
I like that right now. I really do. I thought Jason Day's game was really coming on the last couple of tournaments, and that's why I decided I'd pick that long shot.
And how about the amateur, Sam Bennett? He's at -4 after 13 holes. Watch out for the young guy coming on, the Rook.
And the defending Masters champ, Scotty Scheffler, 3 under, just had a birdie on hole 13.
He's got an earpiece in his.
Yeah, they're talking to him right now. That's what they do. You haven't seen that?
No, I haven't.
No, the announcers now, what they do is they had
During the Masters are allowing
Yes, yeah, they had McIlroy on earlier. That when after they hit their shot and they're walking up to hit their next shot, they put the earbuds in and they talk to him while he's walking up
You
the
know who
course.
you can thank for that?
Who?
The Live Tour.
Oh, did they do
Exactly.
something like that?
Live Tour really, they've kind of taken
fan experience?
Okay. Fan experience. I think this is what golf's trying to do now, and we all want to hear what's going through guys' minds.
And these guys have been great. I've listened to them. They've been great. Morikawa was hilarious when I happened to see him on there.
All right, let's get to our quick draw maneuver.
Let's go.
Game. I'm going to pat myself on the back. That's one of our best ones. You got to admit.
That is pretty good.
I love it. One of our best ones.
Yeah, I suck at it, but I like the game.
Yeah, what are the records right now?
We have to bring that up.
Oh, of course.
The leader update in first place is not Manuch, even though it's named after him. It is Roc with 5, Manuch with 3, and Jimmy B holding up the rear with 1.
All right, the way this works, Jax and Ben will ask us a question, and we have to answer it with the letter that they provide to us, and we are graded on our speed and our creativity. And as always, for you two older guys, you guys say your name first, and then you get called on.
We sure do appreciate the
you guys forget things.
I like the shout out though. I appreciate the shout out.
So all right. This week is Masters/Opening Day baseball theme. So our first 3 questions will be golf, and then Ben will have our final 4 with baseball. So let's start off with the Masters, obviously going on right now. Name a golfer that's currently competing in the Masters today and throughout the weekend whose first or last name starts with the letter B.
Manuch.
Manuch.
Yeah. Bruce Koepka.
Bruce?
I mean,
Jimmy B. Brooks
Koepka. Damn it.
Rock.
Come on. How about our guy Sam Bennett, the amateur?
There you go.
I'm gonna go Jimmy B.
He tagged on.
Wait, let me ask you something. What? I came in second on the buzzer. How do you go right to Jimmy B?
I thought it reset every time. I thought it was
1, 2, 3.
No, that's not right.
You still said Sam Bennett, so I had Brooks Koepka. So
it's Koepka, by the way.
Koepka,
and you're taking it off of.
I was going to beat.
I mean, anybody could give you the lead. And
he's calling him Bruce.
That's BS.
Jimmy B gets 1 point.
I'm
protest.
I protest.
Oh yeah, join the club about protesting here.
Save all the protesting till the end, please.
But the rules were it's based on speed. It's called quick draw Manuch. And what I say? You say your name first, then you get called on.
I did.
But you came in after me.
Well, give it to him, Rock. What the heck?
No,
I need all the help I can get.
Second question: name a golf term used that starts with the letter S.
Manuch.
Rock.
Manuch.
Sandy.
Sandy.
Slice. Come on, Jimmy.
Sandy.
Yeah.
You mean Like sand trap?
No, a sandy is when you hit it out and you par. It's called a sandy.
It's a sandy.
Oh, see, I never knew that.
How do you know you play golf?
I do. I know. I never called it.
All right, you're still thinking someone starts with
I have no freaking clue.
Oh my gosh!
You already said slice. That was going to be
Rock bounces back. Slice.
Slice. I said sandy. That's a term for that.
Yeah, but it's not that good of a term. If obviously Jimmy didn't know what it was.
Oh, I see where this is going there. All right, go ahead, Jax. Good. I got cousins that know where you live, just so you know. All right.
Jeez, every single one, we got to hear some background.
I've hauled out of the bunker before. I've never said, "Oh, I got it." $85.
Yeah. All right, our last Masters question: name a word that is involved with the Masters tournament or describes the Masters tournament that starts with the letter P.
Jimmy B.
Jimmy B.
Rock. Perfect.
Ooh,
man.
Patrons.
Oh man. Manuch. I'll throw it out there. Perfect scenario.
Oh no.
I'm not gonna lie, I was looking for patrons. Rock gets that point.
Woo!
And Manuch, you copied Jimmy B.
Yeah. So I should get a half point.
He should be disqualified.
No.
All right, Ben, let's get into those baseball questions. The current score right now, Rock 2, 1 Jimmy B, 0 Manuch.
That's a 7.
As you can tell, we went to our expertise, and since I know nothing about golf, Jackson handled that.
All right.
And then I learned Jackson didn't know what the term skipper meant in baseball, so I thought I'd stick over.
I could have done that one.
Anyways, question number 1. Name any Diamondbacks pitcher, past or present, beginning with the letter B.
Oh, man. B.
There's a big one.
Rock. BK Kim.
Ooh,
that's good.
Oh,
that's the only one I have on the board. 5 seconds.
Manuch.
Oh, man.
Manuch.
Bennett. Had to be a Bennett somewhere on the line.
How about the guy Bennis? Like Andy Bennis.
Andy Bennis.
Yeah, that would have been a good
How
one.
about Bruce? Jimmy B. Bruce. There's got to be a guy.
Point Rock. I was hoping someone would give me Brandon Webb.
Oh,
okay.
Cy Youngware.
Yeah.
No one gave me Brandon Webb. It's okay. It's okay. Name any baseball terminology beginning with a vowel.
Manuch.
Out.
O-U-T. There's 2 vowels right there.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
There's no bonus points for double vowels.
Okay.
Jimmy B.
Jimmy B.
Walk.
Where's the vowel?
I don't know. I just thought about it.
Jimmy.
God, Jimmy. He's just sometimes.
Second base.
I don't got anything. Plus, you got in sooner, so I think that's good. I think
Manuch.
Manuch isn't on the board yet. I only need one more to win, so I can give you that one.
Jimmy, it's important to me that you know your vowels.
Yeah.
Do you know the vowels in the English dictionary?
E-I-O-U.
E-I-O-U, Rock. I'm the guy who knows his vowels.
You obviously don't. You said walk.
I know. That's all I had.
Name any Diamondbacks player or coach from the 0-1 title team beginning with the letter C, first or last name.
Oh, man. C.
Rock. Craig Counsell.
Oh, that's great.
Good.
There's another name that I will take over that.
Ooh, man. Jeez.
C.
I'm out of that one because I wasn't sure.
I'm taking Kurt.
Yeah, you would have.
So Rock, what's their score right here, Jack?
Well, Rock clinched it 4-1-1, making that a 6th win.
There you go.
Is
6 in a row.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, if you'd stop giving him the question
He's won
before
5.
the show.
He's won 5 in a row, 6 out of the last 7. Rock wins. This should be called Quick Draw Rock.
We may have to change it.
Quick sending him that email prior to the quiz.
Exactly.
See, here's the thing. I've been running that contest for years as the judge. As
Break it
the
whenever.
Question guy. And then, unfortunately, I finally got to play my own game that I created. So, anyway, hey, D-backs are home after that 6-game road trip where they went 500. I think that was good, especially against the Dodgers and the Padres. What has been the keys to this start? We'll catch up with D-backs radio analyst Tom Candiotti. He'll join us next from Twin Peaks in Scottsdale as you're listening to us here on Fox Sports 910 and on FM at 99.9 HD.
Behold. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
ASU men's basketball forward Warren Washington is declaring for the NBA draft, but is maintaining his final year of college eligibility. Over to the NHL, The Coyotes look to break their 8-game losing streak tonight against the Seattle Kraken. The Suns come into tonight's game against the Nuggets on a 6-game winning streak and locked into the Western Conference's 4 seed. Merrill Kelly gets a start for the D-backs in today's Chase Field opener against the Dodgers. It's their second 4-game series of the young season. Turning to the NFL, former Cardinals defensive lineman Corey Peters has announced over social media that he's retiring. Peters played in 81 games for Arizona from 2016 to 2021, primarily a nose tackle. I'm Joel Stern on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Hey, Arizona, if you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, visit any one of your 13 Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. The Silverado is the #1 best-selling full-size light-duty pickup, so check it out during truck season going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers or visit valleychevy.com. Based on S&G Global Mobility 2022 calendar year end, U.S. new vehicle registrations using GM custom retail registration type in the GM half-ton large pickup segments.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, #SexyRoofStatus. At State 48 Roofing, we are family owned and operated, born and raised in Arizona. We'd love to give back to our schools and community. Contact us at state48roofing.com.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails and an extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over ice balls. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out an adventurous drink menu second to none. And don't forget about our 29-degree man-sized drafts. Plus, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B every Thursday at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. Get to your favorite Twin Peaks lodge today.
I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS.
Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Have you been charged with a crime you didn't commit? It happens more than you think. When your liberty is on the line, you need an experienced attorney that will aggressively fight for you. Lerner & Rowe Law Group handles DUI and all other criminal charges. And with our affordable payment plans, it's easier than you think to get the defense you need. If the police made a mistake, call Lerner & Rowe today. We're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to take your call.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Intelligence runs in the family. Innovation runs in the family.
10 seconds. I'm just going to roll Tom Candiotti and the highlight.
Every member is waiting to impress. Learn more at nbusa.com.
Swing and a miss. That's a knuckleball.
I mean, that ball, he sees it. It's in the middle of the plate at one point, and then.
Hey, guys, I'm going to skip the Twin Peaks liner here and just play the highlights so we're not going through a bunch of stuff this segment.
Candiotti just continues to throw slower and slower every inning. Gravity's going to take over pretty soon. The ball's not going to make it to home plate.
And there's strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
It's been a wild one here today. The 0-2. Stevenson shuts the door, and the Diamondbacks get a split. And he talked about an encouraging trip. So many close games, 4 in LA, 2 here against these Padres, and they go 3-3.
That's right. And now they start tonight, home opener for the D-backs. Dodgers in town. That sound was courtesy of Valley Sports. Joining us now, the Candyman, Tom Candiotti, big knuckleballer, and of course, radio color analyst for the D-backs. He joins us down the right to the guest side. How you doing, Tom? Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B. What's going on? You ready for game day?
I'm ready to go, man. There's nothing like the old home opener.
I know.
There's excitement down here right now.
Would you have been in favor of a day game for a home opener?
You know, I think most of the home openers that I've been as a player, I think I always remember those kind of being day games. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, but I understand the night game. You know, people go to work, they get off work, they come over. You know, you got a little time to have a couple social sparklers and then head over to the game. And I can kind of see all that, how it happens. So, I'm good with either.
I know you're a big golfer. I remember running into you at Vans one day. You were getting some clubs regripped or whatever you may have been doing. But are you watching this? I memean, -7, 3-way tie right now. You getting a chance to peek in on some golf on opening day?
I did. This morning I got up. I couldn't wait. When the majors come on, you can't wait for to watch those games. And so, of course, I'm not going to sit there and watch without having a bet. So, I just plugged open the Caesars app and put a little money down on John Hoffman. And so I was rooting for him today. So he ended up doing pretty good.
Yeah, he has. So in your playing days, you being a guy that went every, 4 or 5 days, so you got to play a lot of golf in between those starts, right? So with all that golf you played, Tom, who's the best teammate you had over the years in golf? Who was the guy that was, you're like, damn, this guy is, he's a +2 or whatever it is?
We had, I never wanted to have a guy that was a +2 because he had to be on my team.
Yeah.
We golf, But I think the most fun was when we were playing golf when I was with the Dodgers. We had a rotation of you always had to involve the radio guys because they had the cars. And so Rick Monday at that time was on the radio for the Dodgers. And so he had the car. And then Vinny's right-hand man, guy by the name of Boyd Robertson, he always had, the connection there. And so then it was he and usually Oral. And depending on, where we were in the rotation. But Oral was a good golfer. He was, I don't know. I was probably at that time, way back then, I was probably somewhere around a 5 or 6 handicap. Oral was about the same. So it was it was kind of fun. Because we always had, bets going on. And so he was probably the most fun I had in our little foursome.
Tom Candiotti joining us here on the right toe to guest on Roc and Manuch. Jimmy B here from Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. All right, Candy, it looks like little small balls paying off for this team. If I do my K-State math correctly here, Tom, 9 stolen bases the last 2 games. 9. I don't think they had 9 in the first 5 months of last year. Talk about this team speed, what it means. And then Rojas stole home? I mean, is this the Arizona Diamondbacks of yesteryear or what?
You know what? It's so much fun. And this is what Mike Hazen had promised that, with the kind of roster that he had put together, this team is going to put a lot of pressure on the defense. They're going to get on base and they're going to run. I mean, it was already about an 80% chance of stealing the base anyway.
Sure.
But now with the kind of personnel that he has with Rojas and Alec Thomas when he gets on, Carroll when he gets going, Perdomo can run a little bit. I mean, there's guys that can steal. And it's, even Walker will run. He's he's like Goldie in a way. He's a smart base runner. He'll pick his spots to do it. But what it does as a pitcher, and particularly now when you can only really throw over there twice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so much pressure to get the ball and throw strikes. And these guys are just they're going to run like crazy all year. As long as they stay healthy, these young legs, I mean, they're going to generate a lot of runs for the D-backs.
Tom, let me follow up then on that question as far as base stealing. It has become a lost art ever since Ricky Henderson set the base stealing records. Today I am the greatest. I'll never forget that speech when he set that record. In your estimation, did Powerball, in other words, home run ball, just destroy stealing bases? And if so, how is it starting to slowly climb back?
Well, that's a good question. For me, I mean, I remember watching those Cardinal teams, when they had Willie McGee and Vince Coleman, and they could just get on, even Ozzie, they get on base and they run, and they never really had the big power hitters. And I think they won 2 or 3 times in the 80s, and they were always there. And it's always tough when you have a guy that gets on base, and the next thing you know, you got to pitch from the stretch, you got to hurry your delivery, you're going to make a mistake. The next guy might tattoo one somewhere or hit one in the gap because you're trying to be real quick to first base. Having said all that, the percentage of stolen bases never really changed. It was always up there high, right? I mean, I don't understand why people never stopped running. And but for whatever reason, I think a lot of times the injuries come into place there because you don't want to get your guys hurt, by stealing a base. But I know as a player, and you got a guy like Ricky. When I had a pitch against Ricky and he got on first base, I mean, that was like 12 throws to first base. I just balked. I just balk on purpose because you're not going to get him out anyway.
Well, and Tom, with that, and speaking of you talk about Carroll, how fast that kid is, and once he gets his game on, and I know they're not leading him off, but could you see them eventually, that kind of speed, either him or McCarthy, having that the leadoff spot? Because to your point, once Ricky got on, he was most assuredly a run scored once he got on because he'd go second, third, sacrifice fly, bang, they're up 1-0 in the top of the first.
Yeah, and later in my career, at the end of my career, I was teammates with Ricky, and I asked him, like, what is, tell me about steal. What are the hardest pitchers to steal on? And he told me that he hated guys that held the ball. He liked to get like a short lead and just get a creeping lead where he got a little momentum and boom, he was off. And he goes, stealing third base was like walking to the grocery store. Wow. Because that was the easiest base to steal. And so these guys that you play with, when you really ask them the questions, what makes them good, what makes them successful, these are the guys that you need to pay attention to from what they say. And so a guy like Corbin Carroll could get to a level like that at some point. And, I would love, I think they're taking a little easy on him right now, letting him kind of get acclimated. But I would love to see him hitting in front of Walker.
Yeah.
At some point, where I don't know if it's first, second, third, whatever it is. But if you get a couple of those rabbits on there in front of, they're going to make mistakes to Christian, and Christian's going to make them pay. So that's the big thing, is just getting them guys on. And, even with the reputation of running, oh, man, you can generate a lot of runs early in the game.
Candy, I know it's only 6 games into the season, but give us, aside from Carroll, who you like right now? Who are you pleasantly happy to see coming on, starting as well as he is?
Well, with Carroll,
aside from Carroll.
Oh, aside from Carroll, what I like to see, it's a little bit tough right now because Mike Hazen had gone out and did a great job getting some right-handed bats, right? So that's going to limit a little bit the playing time of Rojas, because I really like Josh.
Okay.
That he brings to the table, the way he hits, the way he can steal a base. He's a heads up, very heady ball player. And, so I think that takes a little playing time away from him. But when he starts getting himself into a role, that's one guy to really watch. Last year, I absolutely love McCarthy. And I thought he was going to settle in at some point and be a solid number 3 hitter in a good lineup. I sprays the ball around. He can run like crazy, plays, top-notch defense. He's a clutch hitter, puts the bat on the ball. He's not swinging the bat great right now, but that's one guy that I'm really excited to watch this year.
Watching Zach Gallen the last couple of games doesn't quite seem to have it quite yet. Another game or two. You got Merrill Kelly on the bump tonight. But watching Zach Gallen, 7 hits, 5 runs the other night against the Padres. What are you not seeing in him quite yet?
Yeah, he's had a couple tough ones. You understand how it could be when you're opening up at Dodger Stadium and how much pressure that is on, I don't care who it is. But I kind of get that.
2 minutes.
It can do a lot of damage to you also. But once Zach gets to the point where he can command his fastball, that's his key. That's his ticket. And the same with Merrill. Those two guys rely on fastball command. Once they can hit the outside corner with their fastball, then all of a sudden their changeup, their breaking stuff, everything just flows. So, and that's one thing to watch tonight with Merrill is watch his fastball command. If he can locate early on, then then he's going to be golden. If he doesn't, he struggles with his fastball command. That's where he becomes very, very vulnerable, and especially to the lineup that the Dodgers are going to throw out there.
He's Tom Candiotti. You can hear him on the broadcast each and every night.
1 minute.
Tom, we always appreciate your time, man, especially on opening day at home. So thank you so much. We'll look forward to catching up with you here soon again. Thank you.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
That's Tom Candiotti, the Candy Man, joining us. He's got John Rahm. Tom's a player. He's a good player.
Hitter. Did you play with him, Rock?
No, I haven't, but I've heard from some people that I've lost some money to him. That he's a good player. Hey, coming up is our Twin Peaks picks. We'll take the fifth caller right now at 602-260-9191 for this Twin Peaks challenge. You'll compete against one of the Twin Peaks gals for a $25 Twin Peaks man card. That's worth a few ice-cold man-sized beers, which right now are at 29 degrees on the monitor there above the bar. Again, fifth caller, 602-260-9191. It's our Twin Peaks Picks Challenge exclusively here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox.
This is The Herd. Attention listeners. With Colin Cowherd.
Baseball's never liked changing. They were forced to. TV ratings gone into the tank, attendance dipping. So they made 2 rule changes. We already see a benefit in one day. 10 of the 15 baseball games finished in under 3 hours. Pitching clock works.
This is The Herd. Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
You hear it in other lawyer ads, and I'll repeat it in this one. All personal injury attorneys are not the same. Sure, we all claim to do the same things, but that's where the similarities between Lerner & Rowe and all other law firms end. Lerner & Rowe was recently named the second most influential law firm in the country, and we've collected billions of dollars for our clients, with over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. If you want real results after you've been hurt in a car wreck, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Shopping for a mortgage? Big banks can be a big hassle. Call GC Global Capital and work with a local team of mortgage experts for great rates and lower fees, more options, and faster closings. Don't let your dream home purchase turn into a nightmare. Call the professionals at GC Global Capital, 480-397-9300. GC Global Capital, your local mortgage professionals. GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker, NMLS 1091187, license MB 0924983, and equal opportunity lender.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is a casual sports bar and grill with something for everyone. Visit us today at 8880 East Via Linda, Tavern Grill in Scottsdale.
Golfers, teed up at Vans Golf Shops for the hottest new arrivals from TaylorMade, featuring the Stealth 2 Woods and Irons. The new Stealth 2 Woods combines speed and forgiveness to unlock.
She knows Dodger fans don't tip.
And the new Stealth HD Irons deliver high launch with draw bias to give you the confidence to expect better shots more often. Swing into Vans Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Vans Golf Shops. Unmatched expertise, unmatched service.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties so that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need.
30.
If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
Y'all gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency, all over Febreze car clips right on your fit. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Broadcasting live from one of the
guys are hot.
Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
All right, time for our Twin Peaks picks. And we got Cheeks with us once again. She's our regular here every Thursday. We're at the Scottsdale location. Of course, 4 locations right now. 5th one getting ready to open in a couple of weeks in Deer Valley, North Phoenix. We'll be out there for a few weeks, so we're looking forward to being out there. So we have Bob in Tempe. He's got his picks in, and this is how it's going to work today. We have Nuggets at Suns tonight. Then we'll go Suns and Lakers tomorrow. And then how about the home opener with the Dodgers and the D-backs? A good one tonight with Dustin May going for the D-backs, Merrill Kelly, for the Dodgers, and Merrill Kelly for the D-backs. All right, Cheeks. Suns are hosting the Denver Nuggets tonight. Who do you like in this one?
I'm probably going to have to go with the Nuggets.
Really?
You have little faith, you over
Wow,
here.
where does that come from?
Wow, they just clinched the fourth spot in the conference playoffs.
Ben, what's Bob going with?
I know.
Bob wasn't sure if Jokic was playing tonight, so I gave him the hint that he was not. So in return, he took the Suns tonight.
Okay, all right, not bad.
All right, second game tomorrow night. The Suns are at the Lakers tomorrow night, and that's one of those games where Lakers kind of sort of have to win, and Suns just want to get their reps in. So which way you leaning?
Definitely Lakers on that one.
Okay,
definitely Lakers.
Wow.
Not even a
no.
Hey, I don't know. Suns are on the road, but definitely Lakers. All right, and then for Bob there, Ben.
It's so weird because Bob said definitely Phoenix.
Oh wow, they're going like for this $25 Twin Peaks man card. All right, last one, Cheeks. Dodgers in town to face the Diamondbacks.
Diamondbacks.
No question.
D-backs all the way.
You a big D-backs fan?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Good. We need more of that. We need more fanfare in this market.
Actual D-back fan.
Yes. Not like, I'm a Cardinal fan, but I root for the D-backs if they're doing well, right? That's what you
That'd
hear.
be me.
St. Louis
That'd be
Cardinal
me.
fan. Yeah,
St. Louis Cardinal fan. Yeah.
All right. And for Bob, Ben?
Bob picked the Diamondbacks as well.
Okay, good stuff. So, all right, a little bit of a split there. Bob's obviously an Arizona fan. Cheeks is kind of split a little bit. A little bit. All right, Cheeks, tell us what's going on here. Happy Hour gets underway in 10 minutes. What are the specials during Happy Hour?
We have Blue Moon and Coors and our Naughty Brunette.
Naughty Brunette. Okay, and those are?
Our house brews.
Okay. And
but the man size is 22 ounce.
Okay.
So
they're on sale?
Yep. They
Okay.
are always on sale today, even if it's not happy hour.
That's a Thursday special.
Mhm,
Okay.
That's a Thursday special.
And then do you guys do any app specials or anything like that? Food?
Yes.
You guys do a couple dollars off?
Yeah, a couple dollars off, like select appetizers. One
Okay.
of them being like the Peak Sampler, which is amazing.
Oh, yeah, that is good. And then the food, they got pizza now too, Manuch.
I know. We saw that.
I know. So
We checked out that menu. We got that
they
menu
got some
down
good
pat.
stuff now. That's
Sure.
great.
Hawaii
Good.
5-0 is my favorite.
What is that?
It's like their like pineapple pizza.
Oh, no. No.
That's not pizza, is it,
No,
Rob?
that's not pizza.
That's not
Sorry.
pizza.
We have the hottie that has jalapenos on it. It's pretty spicy.
Okay, the hottie. All
the
right.
Italian, and then the regular pepperoni.
Okay.
But all of them are so good.
Well, Cheeks, thanks as always for playing, and we'll see what happens with Bob and Tempe for that $25 man card. Again, we're out here at Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. We're always at a different location. I thought this was quite interesting, Manuch. Let me find the story if I can find it. Had to do with pizza. Oh man,
Hawaii 5-0.
I can't imagine.
You know, that's just it's got to be either a pepperoni. I could deal with a little sausage and mushroom, all cheese, all the above, but the pepperoni. I mean the pineapple, the ham, and all that kind of stuff. You know, it'll do in a pinch.
So let me ask you this: there's a serious question that's trending right now in our country.
Try me on it.
It's not political, okay? Even though I like to go down that road sometimes, but the big story, the big question is: pizza an Italian food or an American food? It's in the news after a history professor in Italy claimed it's more American than Italian. And us Italians, not me, but Italians, you and I are freaking out. Even the Italian government made a formal request with the UN last month to get the Italian cuisine World Heritage status. And that same day, this guy did a big interview about how some Italian food isn't really that Italian.
Really? Like?
He says that the carbonara sauce was first made in Chicago in 1953.
Right.
And that Italy really, they don't really do the traditional Parmesan anymore either.
Red sauces.
Yeah.
And all that
so basically, he's saying that the Italians, says the Italians got to America, started tweaking their recipes, then Italy followed suit, and now they're trying to claim that those recipes are their own. His beef with the pizza is that it originally didn't have tomato sauce. He says it happened in New York, not in Naples, and that's the reason why it became popular, because it was in New York. So America gets all the credit. So he's claiming that the Italians' World Heritage application includes a lot of BS. So we won't know until like 2005 if the UN decides to accept it.
So the Italians came over from Italy, and they in Sicily and Italy, and they kind of
they made their pizza without sauce, though.
Yeah, that's interesting, because you think of all those recipes, those Italian recipes, that would be something that would definitely come to fruition, but I guess not. I can think of I'm trying to think of the Riazzis and Passanellis and Palozzo recipes. I think a lot of those I want to say were from here.
3 minutes.
From my great grandma Passanelli made a lot of those herself, but she came from Italy, from the old countries, they say.
Yeah.
So she brought a lot of those recipes with her. So I think there's some truth to that, but she's not around anymore, so there's no fact checking. So unless they go all the way back.
Oh, really, man?
Yeah, no fact checking.
All of a sudden, we want to start fact checking, big fella?
Throw it out there.
You have so much stuff you have said over the last 18 years that I do not believe is true.
But they're true. They're true.
They're embellished.
The fact,
you make them up.
No embellishing ever. It's facts. It's facts. I would never do that to you, Rock. I would
Here's
never
a fact
leave
for you, a random fact.
2 minutes.
Thanks to our friends at Valley Chevy. The Kansas City Royals got their name from the American Royal, which is an annual rodeo and barbecue competition that started in 1899.
Wow. So that's how that happened.
I thought they were named after a tire.
A tire?
Yeah, Royal Tires.
Okay.
Wow.
I can't argue
You can't
that
vouch for that.
Yeah, I can't even.
Those Royal Tires.
I'm gonna look up Royal Tires.
Without a Kansas City?
True.
Without a Kansas City?
Did you just look it up?
Look
Look up Royal Tires.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yep. Royal Tires. I don't know
But they're out of Kansas City, though.
No.
This was a big old barbecue.
Yeah,
which they're known for. Which is their
Kansas City barbecue is awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Yeah, the Royal Tire. No, I can't
think
find
Royal
anything
Tires.
with Royal Tire.
Union Royal Tires.
Okay, now there Uni Royal Tires.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
How long have they been around?
1 minute.
They've been around forever since
Yeah.
they were making tires
Royals
for cars.
Kansas City Royals came in mid-60s, early 60s, something like that. Prior to moving on the Kansas City Athletics, then they moved on to the Oakland Athletics. Things you learn in reference to trivia here. That pizza didn't come from Italy.
Well, we don't know. I mean, it's been a debate,
It's
but
debatable.
when there's a professor in Italy saying it ain't so, makes you think.
What's you look at all the recipes from way back in the day?
I don't know. I'm going to the Ryder Cup this year.
That'll be
September.
awesome. That'll be awesome.
So I'll come back with a full report.
Thank you.
On pizza in Italy. All right?
I'm sure you will.
It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B out here, Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. Masters Thursday.
10.
Hey, Arizona, if you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, visit any one of your 13 Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. The Silverado is the #1 best-selling full-size light-duty pickup. So check it out during truck season going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers or visit valleychevy.com. Based on S&G Global Mobility 2022 calendar year end, U.S. new vehicle registrations using GM custom retail registration type in the GM half-ton large pickup segments.
Golfers, teed up at Vans Golf Shops for the hottest new arrivals from TaylorMade. Featuring the Stealth 2 Woods and Irons. The new Stealth 2 Woods combines speed and forgiveness to unlock forgiveness. And the new Stealth HD Irons deliver high launch with draw bias to give you the confidence to expect better shots more often. Swing into Vans Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Vans Golf Shops. Unmatched expertise, unmatched service.
Did you know your completely free iHeartRadio app is also your home for hit podcasts? New for you this week, check out On Purpose with Jay Shetty, discussing philosophy, life, and conversations with the biggest stars in the world. Listen today on your free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio. Paid for by government.com.
The 1878 to 1921 Morgan silver dollar, a true American classic and one of the most iconic silver dollar coins in history. It's been 100 years since the last Morgan silver dollar coin was struck for circulation, and now, for a limited time only, full pound bags of original U.S. government-struck Morgan dollars are being released to the public. That's right, you can own a full pound of 1878 to 1921 classic American Morgan silver dollar coins, all in very good collector condition with fully visible dates and mint marks, guaranteed. Call 1-800-721-0383 now to secure collector-grade U.S. Morgan silver dollars by the pound, struck during the Wild West and the Gilded Age. Plus, receive a bonus American Collector's Pack valued at over $25, free with every order. Call 1-800-721-0383 now to secure your full pound bag of Morgan silver dollar coins before they are gone. 1-800-721-0383. That's 1-800-721-0383.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep Plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended-release B vitamins.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting from the Superbook.com studio. Superbook Sports, now live. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeart radio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910.
Former Cardinals offensive lineman Corey Peters announced over social media he's retiring. Peters played in 81 games for Arizona from 2016 to 2021, primarily at nose tackle. ASU men's basketball forward Warren Washington is declaring for the NBA draft, but is maintaining his final year of college eligibility. At HL, the Coyotes look to break their 8-game losing streak tonight against the Seattle Kraken. The Suns come into tonight's contest against the Denver Nuggets on a 6-game winning streak and locked into the Western Conference's 4th seed. And Merrill Kelly gets a start for the D-backs in today's Chase Field opener against the Dodgers. It's their second 4-game series of the season. I'm Joel Stern on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Grand. That's grand. Enter it now at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center.
Jimmy, don't you agree that golf looks easy?
Call Parker.
It looks easy.
Temperatures down into those low 50s.
We can all agree that it looks easy.
Mostly sunny skies. Temperatures right around.
I've never watched a golf event. I've never been golfing. Some of us grew up poor, Jimmy.
Brennan.
This report is sponsored by
Your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get
How far they be puking.
the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys,
you guys are hot.
Top story this hour.
All right, everybody, welcome back in as we continue to broadcast live. Twin Peaks is our location in Scottsdale, right on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard and the 101. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Jax is here as well. Ben holding down the fort back in the studio. And our top stories, there are 2 of them today. And that, of course, is the Phoenix Suns playing basketball at the Footprint Center and the Diamondbacks with the home opener tonight against the dreaded Los Angeles Dodgers.
You got Dustin Mays taking a bump for the Dodgers. Then you got Merrill Kelly taking a bump for the D-backs, the home opener. It'll be a little busy down there. This evening. You got first pitch at 7. Got tip-off at 7. I kind of agree with Rock was alluding to a little earlier. Why not have the opener at like about 1 o'clock?
I'm with you.
If you're a fan, you can double dip. You can just go down there early, about 11 o'clock, hang out, go watch the Suns. Now, that's a doubleheader that you'd love.
You go to the baseball game first if it's at 1 o'clock baseball, and then hit the Suns game. right after that. I mean, you're walking, less than 100 yards in between them? It's about a 100-yard walk. That's all.
Wouldn't you like both of the organizations to say, look, let's do this. Let's do a 1 o'clock home opener.
Yeah.
And let's do a 7 o'clock. You guys are playing the Denver Nuggets at home. How do we just work that out? And you just think about just the mass pandemonium that may be parking down there.
Brutal.
In reference to and trying to make that all work down there. But I might recommend Uber if you're going to go down for the Suns game.
Take the train, take the light rail.
But think about this, guy.
Yeah.
Uber, knowing that what's going on down there, those prices will be jacked up. So
parking jacked up.
So that $15 cab ride, it'll be what they call trending to about $50 or $60. Because we dealt with that. We went to the Elton John concert. We Ubered down there.
Yeah.
I think getting to the concert was $35-40.
Yes.
So after the concert, $70 to this home, the same exact ride. I think they call that gouging. I don't think it's called trending.
That is gouging. There's no question.
But suffice to say, the D-backs at 3-3 coming off that 6-game road trip. 7-game homestand.
Yeah, nice.
4 against the Dodgers. And
I'm going to make it down there. I'm going to make it
4
down
against
maybe
the Dodgers,
over the weekend.
3 against the Brew Crew
Yeah.
as they're coming into town.
For the Suns tonight, it'll be interesting to see what plays out here against the Denver Nuggets. I last checked, and that was just a little bit ago, they still have Murray and Jokic listed as, you got it?
I can exclusively report that it has just been changed to out for both Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic.
I was going to say doubtful. That's what I saw.
You said exclusively, so the Nuggets came to
they
you
just
first,
updated
to you, and then said that they weren't going to play. Or you're just reporting.
I'm reporting via ESPN that they are out.
I thought they called you.
People were like, "Wait a second, Jackson's working for the Nuggets now."
Oh, man.
They just told you that he's going to be out. Will the Joker play the rest of the season? I don't think he is.
I don't think he is.
I mean, the rest of the regular season.
No, I got you. Look, I understand what the Nuggets are doing here. They aren't going anyplace. They have the number 1 seed, and they played hard all season long to get that number 1 seed. There's no chance that they want to risk Nikola Jokic any injuries. He's dealing with a calf injury. At least that's what they say it is. Murray, on the other hand, they desperately need him on the court as well. When the Nuggets are at full strength, they are one of the best teams in the NBA. There is absolutely no question about that. So, with that being said, and we find out from Jax, and I had checked about 10 minutes ago, and they were listed as doubtful. Jax with the update, now officially listed as out. How does that change, if it changes anything, for how Monty Williams and the Suns play tonight?
No, I don't think it'll change anything. I think that guys will get their 25 to 30 minutes in, maybe 35. I think that what the approach he's got with the Denver game tonight, and then tomorrow at LA with the Lakers, and then on Sunday against the Clippers. Mm-hmm. So in a back-to-back scenario, maybe arrest this guy or that guy, but I think at this point, tonight at least, I think against Denver that they'll go ahead and play their starters. They'll go through a regular rotation. Now, tomorrow night might be a little different story.
Okay.
You might see, I know KD wants to play. He wants to get his cardio up. He wants to get in shape. He wants that continuity. I just think the only thing that you'll be curious to watch is a back-to-back with tonight's game and then the Lakers tomorrow. I don't know, maybe campaign starts for CP3. It's just going to be very interesting because they want to get that continuity down and that chemistry down before they have the 4 or 5 days off going into the playoffs next week.
Speaking of the Lakers, Manuch, are you surprised that both Anthony Davis and LeBron played yesterday? They must have been listening to the show.
Here's the thing. You know what? I think that they heard the vibe.
They did.
I mean, not only us, but everybody. And Anthony Davis was on record after the game saying, I never play back-to-back. And LeBron, we were all going, well, one of them's got to play, right? We figured, well, maybe LeBron doesn't play because they've already clinched a playing spot. We're shocked.
I texted you last night. You went, what?
Yeah, it was like, I was like, what the what?
Yeah.
Because, you know what, guys, I think sometimes these guys here.
Oh, yeah, they do.
But the Clippers own them. And the Clippers owned them again last night.
They did.
And the Clippers, because their situation's getting more clear with these next 3 or 4 games.
Yes.
But they were out there. Kawhi Leonard had a hell of a game. I mean, they played really good basketball.
Zubats had a big game.
Zubats had a big game.
Yes.
But it's just very interesting. I just wonder if the chirping out there might have got to Davis and LeBron with their pride got in the way, and for those two to play, I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I didn't mind. I maybe thought LeBron might play.
Yeah.
But Anthony Davis was adamant.
Well,
I don't play back-to-back.
Yep, he was after the overtime win in Utah. You were training QBs last night, so I knew you wouldn't get the news because you were on the field working.
Right.
So that's when I sent you that text, and then a few minutes later, what?
So miracles do happen.
Yes.
When you look at that fifth spot, Clippers, Warriors are both tied at 5.
Yes.
Warriors 2 road games left. Clippers at home against Portland, at Phoenix. Who are you most likely going to see at that fifth spot, do you think? The Clippers?
Oh,
or
you're
the
going to see the Clippers.
I'd say Clippers.
Warriors are still struggling. Look, Anthony Wiggins has returned to the team, but he hasn't played in forever. It's going to take him a little while to round himself into shape, but he will help that team. Gary Payton II finally healed up from that awful injury that he had, and he is now back and can be a game changer. He's one of the best defenders, on-ball defenders in the NBA, and he can also score. But I still like what the Clippers are doing right now, and the road struggles for the Golden State Warriors have continued all season.
But think about this. The Golden State Warriors went down the same road last year.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, with about 2 weeks ago, Steph Curry and the gang got their game right. They got into the playoffs, went to the playoffs, and won the world title, right?
Yep.
So they smoked Boston.
They did.
But the only thing I don't see is that same continuity that they had at the last 2 weeks before they went to the playoffs of being Golden State, as you still see a haphazard team losing on the road, to your point, Jimmy.
Yep.
And then, but actually winning at home. So it's just, okay, who are you? And I think Steve Kerr's trying to figure that out as well, too. And when Wiggins comes back, he will be ready for the playoffs. But they were hitting on all cylinders going into the playoffs last year. They're still hitting on about 2 or 3 gears right now.
The Warriors struggle on the road, like you mentioned. If they are the 6th seed, though, they would play the Sacramento Kings, which is only 87 miles away from their stadium. How do you see that affecting them in the playoffs if they play on the road at the Kings, even though they struggle on the road?
It'll be a knockdown, drag out. And I'm going to say this right now, and I'll go on record, and you can save this, Jax, for posterity, that the Sacramento Kings are not going to be an easy out. And this chirping that I've heard from other people talking about, well, they don't have any playoff experience, and they're so young, they're not going to be able to. No, it's basketball. Put your jock on. Put your tennis shoes on. Put your shorts on.
3 minutes.
Put your jersey on and go out on the basketball court and play. And they have dudes. Sacramento Kings have dudes.
You would put that on anyway?
Do they wear jocks in the NBA?
Jocks, jerseys, all the above?
Can't have it flapping in the breeze.
As opposed to going out there naked? I mean, of course they put on there.
But you got where I was going
Well,
with that.
yeah, dude, but it's kind of Captain Obvious.
No, it's
there.
not Captain
I mean, it's think about this.
All right.
It's the Golden State freaking Warriors.
I get it.
They come alive.
They do.
Playoff time. And the guy that makes sure is not Steph Curry, but Draymond Green.
He does.
He's the guy that makes sure that everybody
He stirs the
is
drink.
dialed in.
Yep.
Now, yeah, you're right. It'll be a very good series.
De'Aaron Fox right now in the NBA is the best fourth quarter scorer in the league. The great point guard for the Sacramento Kings.
The only thing
best fourth quarter closer.
The only thing you wonder about is,
2 minutes.
is if the Warriors, who have struggled coming in, can find that same magic they had last year.
Good point.
Going in, and because they start off with the Kings, you know, your point, as well as they're playing and the nemesis that they've been against this Golden State team. So I don't know. It's the you look at the champs, and they seem to find it, figure out a way.
They do.
It's Steve Kerr's coaching, Draymond Green's inspiration, and Steph Curry's shooting, having Andrew Wiggins back. Poole's starting to come back alive a little bit.
Yep.
So they're starting to come back together again. Yeah, I don't think they'll be a tough out, but I think Golden State wins that. They go through that.
The thing that I really want to look forward to is I want to see who the Suns get. And a tough out will be the Clippers. And the only thing that if they indeed end up with the Los Angeles Clippers. I am really going to look forward to that matchup between the Claw and KD. Because that's going to be, that's the price of admission should triple just with those two guys going after each other.
Yeah, everybody's going to be a tough out, Jimmy. We saw a lot of
in the West.
I think we've seen great parity with the West in the way they've all played. I quite frankly think if everybody goes in healthy and can stay healthy, you just wonder about the Joker with his calf strain.
That's it.
If that's not going to linger with him, coming back with this Denver team, and some of the other situations. Talking about Ja, will Ja be? You think that Memphis, will he be completely back in shape?
Right.
How will that affect? But I like the Suns just because of they've got everybody back, everybody's healthy, they're figuring it out, and they're going back in, knock on wood, going back into this or going into the playoffs at a very healthy mode.
All right, a quick timeout coming up right now. When we come back, we're going to dive into the Masters. First round is getting close to completion, and there have been some sensational scores and shot making just in round one. It's coming up next as we continue from Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 19.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Good afternoon. There's a wreck on 10 eastbound approaching the 60, approaching the Superstition Freeway. That wreck sitting off left. It is traffic very slow back to University Drive. A crash also in Tempe on Baseline in Rural, one in Scottsdale on McDowell west of Hayden, and a crash on 7th Avenue north of McDowell. I'm Lee Powell, checking the roads.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. It pays to be a pro at Lowe's. Right now, save big on DeWalt power tools, accessories, and more. Plus, find big savings on job-like quantities when buying in bulk, because Lowe's knows pros. While supplies last, minimum purchase required. Selection varies by location. Lowe's reserves the right to limit quantities.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Home shopping? You'll need a pre-approval letter. Call GC Global Capital, and you can get pre-approved in minutes. Call 480-397-9300. Free second opinions and comparisons. GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker. NMLS 1091187. License MB 0924983. An equal opportunity lender.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails and an extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over ice balls. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out an adventurous drink menu second to none. And don't forget about our 29-degree man-sized drafts. Plus, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B every Thursday at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. Get to your favorite Twin Peaks lodge today.
If you're shopping for Easter, Kohl's is unmatched. To prep for the celebrations, I treated myself to a few Sephora beauty must-haves. Plus, I found great basket stuffers for my girls and got an extra 40% off cute outfits for them to wear to Sunday brunch and all spring long. Oh, and I got an extra 15% off. So take it from me. You need to hop over to Kohl's right now. Select styles. Offers end April 8th.
All right, guys, I'm going to go bumper.
See store or Kohl's.com.
Liner for Twin Peaks, and then Jimmy, just go ahead and set it up just like Rock did, just immediately, and I'll play it.
We start with the NHL, where the Coyotes look to break their 8-game losing streak tonight against the
Rock left.
Kraken. Turning to the NBA,
going to opening day like me.
Contest against the Nuggets on a 6-game winning streak and locked into the Western Conference's 4th seed.
God, I love baseball.
Cards at 2 over par 74 as the first round of the Masters comes to an end. ASU alum John Rahm is tied with Victor Hovland and Brooks Koepka for the lead at 7.
Also, Jimmy, I don't think Paul George is going to make it.
Staples has everything you need to travel, from passport photos to luggage, and now get 20% off your in-store purchase when you buy
I think if it comes down to it, maybe he'll be back in Game 5 or Game 6, but...
It's a Twin Peaks Thursday.
All right, you guys are hot. Jimmy, just go right to it, and I'll play it.
Broadcasting live from
All right, here you
one
go.
of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
Hey, everybody, welcome back in Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B as we continue to hang out at Twin Peaks. Everybody watching baseball and, of course, the Masters golf as we continue until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Speaking of the Masters, let's go.
Time for your latest Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B leaderboard update.
And this tradition, unlike any other, the Masters on CBS.
Presented by Vans Golf Shops. Swing into Vans Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Vans Golf Shops. Unmatched service, unmatched expertise.
And what a first round of the Masters it has been. The top of the leaderboard, we have a 3-way tie between Victor Hovland, Jon Rahm, and live golfer Brooks Koepka, all tied at 7 under. Just following them 2 strokes behind at 4th place is the 24-year-old Cameron Young alongside the Australian and Jimmy's underdog pick, Jason Day, at 5 under. And then when we go down in the lineup as well, tied for 6th, the defending Masters champion Scottie Scheffler, the amateur Sam Bennett, and Sam Burns, all tied at 4 under, who still have 2 holes to play for the Masters today. And then we also have got other risers like Tony Finau and Justin Ross, that are climbing up the leaderboard that are about to finish here shortly.
Yeah, the Bennett kid, I mean, you look at him, you look at his scorecard so far. I mean, he's got the birdie. He started off great.
Yep.
Birdie number 1. Gets an eagle at number 2.
Unbelievable.
And gets the birdie at 6. He's been pretty much even par on the backside. Had a couple chances, had a chance that he had another birdie. Otherwise, this kid, you stop and think about that, he might be right in the mix. But 3, kind of 1, 2, 3 -7s so far on the day after the first round.
It's going to be interesting because the weather is going to change abruptly later on tonight. They're going to get storms coming through Augusta, and it's going to see how, the course changes because of that. Hopefully, there won't be any wind damage. It's part of that storm that ripped through with tornadoes through Missouri and Tennessee. So hopefully it'll just be rain and some wind, and that'll be it. But I'm real curious to see how golfers then will have to make that adjustment in those conditions.
But remember, Jimmy, they've got that underground system.
They do.
They can suck as much water out of it as they want to,
yep.
Especially the greens. So they were saying they could get a deluge overnight, and that course will be somewhat damp. It won't be wet like we would think.
Right. Yeah, you're not sloshing through it.
You're not sloshing through it. So I think the biggest piece for the golfers will be the greens, how much they suck that water out of there. And if they continue to see scores of -7 on per day, they will go ahead and slick those greens up.
You think so? You don't think they like what they're seeing right now?
That step meter might be at 95 versus 12 where it's at right now. But Tony Finau, who had a chance at an eagle this last hole, got a birdie, just missed an eagle. He just fired a shot right here at 16 with about 3 feet from. So watch out for Finau making a
move. Yep.
As 16, the proverbial hit it high right, have it trickle down to the hole.
And I mentioned yesterday, some of my favorite pairings in the top pairings are the guys that are at the top of the leaderboard. I mean, Victor Hovland's playing with Xander Schauffele, who's in the top 5. Mm-hmm. You've got Cameron Young, who's playing alongside Jon Rahm, and he's playing alongside Justin Thomas. So I feel like some of those groupings, tell me if I'm wrong, Jimmy, help other golfers out throughout those first 2 rounds because you can kind of play your game off of theirs, knowing, let's say, hey, he's playing his best at 7 under. If I'm a couple strokes behind him, maybe I can catch up in the leaderboard.
Well, that's got to be the thinking for everybody as you get ready to go into the second round. You hope that the guys that are leading falter a little bit and you're still at the top of your game so you can pick up a couple of strokes.
The one thing, it's interesting you bring that up, Jax, because guys have talked about that for years. And what they say is they don't get caught up in their playing partner's game. They play their game.
Yeah.
And they make sure that they don't either feed off of whatever. Now, the competition's good. Don't get me wrong. They like that competition. If you got a guy that's going neck and neck with Tiger, if it was Mickelson and Tiger playing together, oh, yeah, they'll feed off of that. But what they said is, I got to make sure I don't, like Jordan Spieth would say, I can't keep up with some of these guys off the tee. I just play my game and not get caught up in it. Like Jordan Spieth today, he's had a little scruffle-upless round.
Yep.
Currently -3. He's knocked a couple in the drink, but he's scrambled well. But I've always thought that I'm going to go kick this guy's butt. I'm going to play him. But guys, sometimes they got to throttle down. So if a guy's hot and he's hitting a driver 265 or 270, he's going to cut a corner, and he cuts the corner, that you stick with your game plan and hit it down the middle, 270, and then come in.
Right.
So, I could see both sides of that. But some of these long knockers out there can be a little intimidating. You can't get caught up in that.
I mentioned that because, Sam Bennett, the 2022 amateur champion, is playing alongside Scotty Scheffler, who won the Masters last year, both tied at 4 under. If you're Sam Bennett, you've got to be feeling good about yourself, but obviously, like you mentioned, stay composed throughout the rounds.
There you go. Hey, let's get to the results of our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day. And the question was, you just took it off the page, Manuch. I don't have it in front of me. You have it in front of you.
Who the hell's driving this segment, Jimmy?
You are now.
Our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day. What team is your favorite home opener to attend in reference to the D-backs home opener tonight? 7 o'clock down there at Chase Field. Is it the Suns? Is it the D-backs? Is it the Coyotes, or is it the Cardinals? So right now, the leader in the clubhouse is the Coyotes at 36.8%.
Wow.
D-backs at 26.3%, and the Suns at 26.3%. Last but not least, your Arizona Cardinals, 10.5%. I had you, Jimmy. I just kind of messed with you there a little
That's
bit.
good, pal. Look, I find that interesting, and I understand the Cardinals being maybe the last team because it's an opening game in the NFL, but they've already played 3 preseason games. So you already feel like you're in NFL mode. The Suns, the Coyotes, and the Diamondbacks, I know that the D-backs opened on the road, so they're 3-3 heading into tonight, but tonight is the home opener, and that makes all the difference.
Well, let's be honest, the Cardinals would probably lose their first home opener game, too.
They got blasted by Kansas City last year.
Jimmy, to your point, there's been 2 preseason games at the stadium.
Yeah.
And what the Diamondbacks have had is spring training games at their spring training facility. So this will be the first time, unless there's an exhibition game that they might have for a couple teams. But as far as the technical home opener, you're going down to Chase Field. You got all the pomp circumstance going down there. And for the Cardinals, it's kind of like, okay, we already had dress rehearsal. We're going in there. The Yotes is interesting, 36.8%, because it's been pretty much, they've also had a few exhibition games, if you will, or preseason games. But something about the ice and the Hope Springs Eternal. But for the Yotes, it could be a couple years away. So I voted for the Suns. I'm a Suns fan.
I know you are.
Huge Suns fan. And to be there for the opening game, especially if you have a team that you're going, hey, man, this team might go all the way. And when they were in their heyday in those early 2000s and mid-2000s with the Steve Nashes of the world, Amari Stoudemire, and that group of guys, you went down there. It was a hip, happening place.
Absolutely.
To be down there at in those days, America West Arena.
The Madhouse.
The Madhouse. Now, Madhouse was at the Coliseum. I'm talking about down there.
Oh, okay. Well, before it was, okay.
Yeah.
Before, it was
Hang
America
with me here,
West.
Jimmy. Hang with
Before
me.
it was America West. Gotcha. Okay, fair enough.
And because you knew that team, especially the 92-93 team, when Charles Barkley got here, man, that place was rocking and rolling in reference to the home openers. So, there you have it. We'll check that in, but you can still go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter and vote until about 9 o'clock tonight.
All righty. And by the way, the fastest way to get a free quote or repair or installation, all you have to do is just check out State 48 Roofing, and the fastest way to get a trained technician to your home or business, state48roofing.com. That's state48roofing.com, the home of the #sexy roof status. Or if you're old school, like Manuch and me, you can just call them, 602-527-8502. So what would be the consequences for the Cardinals if all of Terry McDonough's cheating allegations are true? Well, Cardinals beat writer from Go PHNX, Howard Balzer. He's got thoughts on this. He had a great article yesterday about it. We're going to chat with him next. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
The Cardinals have filled several positions in their support staff, most notably Shea Thompson, who is the team's new director of football performance. Ex-defensive lineman Corey Peters announced over social media he's retiring. Peters played in 81 games for Arizona from 2016 to 2021, primarily at nose tackle. Merrill Kelly is a starter for the D-backs in today's Chase Field opener against the Dodgers. It's their second 4-game series of the season. The Coyotes look to break their 8-game losing streak tonight against the Seattle Kraken. The Suns come into tonight's contest against the Nuggets on a 6-game winning streak and locked into the Western Conference's 4th seed. I'm Joel Stern on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker and Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Decreasing clouds, temperatures down into those low 50s for that overnight low. And then for your Friday, mostly sunny skies, temperatures right around 84 degrees with plenty of sun. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by SRP.
SRP offers solutions that help you customize your account for your lifestyle. Choose the day you pay your bill, sign up for alerts, and more. Get started at srp.net/easy.
Are you living paycheck to paycheck only to find yourself going backwards financially each month? Nobody wants to file bankruptcy, but at many times, it's the best choice. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and that it will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. In most cases, filing bankruptcy can improve your credit. At Lerner Rowe Law Group, our bankruptcy lawyers only work on bankruptcy cases, and we can file your bankruptcy with $0 down.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B Thursdays at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. The guys broadcast live from 1 of 5 Valley locations. And tune in at 2:45 for Peaks Picks, your chance to win a Twin Peaks man card. It's Guys Live every Thursday at Twin Peaks.
Hey, Arizona, if you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, visit any one of your 13 Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. The Silverado is the #1 best-selling full-size light-duty pickup. So check it out during truck season going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers or visit valleychevy.com. Based on S&G Global Mobility 2022 calendar year end, U.S. new vehicle registrations using GM custom retail registration type in the GM half-ton.
Merrill Kelly and Dustin May for the Dodgers.
In your career, All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
To be fair, he is not a baseball guy.
Taxes are almost due. Jackson Hewitt can help you win tax season. That's the sound of your maximum tax refund. The sound of getting 50% off tax prep.
He's too busy watching not a sport on the television.
And the sound of getting to your nearest Jackson Hewitt. Hurry in for 50% off tax prep before this offer expires April 9th. Limited time offer.
I've been told that I would hate golf.
Locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
In this week's market,
The whole one.
treats you a Spanioletta.
I was supposed to be playing for the first time tomorrow with
It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from one of the 5
Guys are hot.
Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
Welcome back, everybody. We're hanging out in Scottsdale. We're here until 4 o'clock today at Twin Peaks. Howard Balzer is indeed our guest. Go PHNX. He's a long time Hall of Fame voter. He has covered the NFL for over 40-plus years. I won't go into great detail. He'll get mad at me if I do that. Howard, welcome. It's Jimmy B and Manuch. How are you today, pal?
Doing well. Doing well. I'm gonna have to come over and join you guys there one of these Thursdays.
We'd love to have you. You know you got a seat at the table. It'd be great. Hey, we referenced your article yesterday. Why don't you recap a little bit of what you put in there? Because in your article, you felt that the Cardinals owner, Michael Bidwell, could be in some real difficulty here.
Yeah, he really could be. Now, of course, we don't know how true all the allegations are by Terry McDonough, the former personnel executive. But we know if there's an arbitration hearing, there'll be an investigation. But where it really could be a little dicey is if the league decides to investigate some of the other claims in there about the workplace environment and the harassment and things like that allegedly went on. In fact, referencing in his complaint that it was worse than what happened with Robert Sarver with the Phoenix Suns. And I think what's interesting about that is that for 5 years, from 2013 to 2017, the general manager of the Suns was a guy named Ryan McDonough, who just happens to be Terry McDonough's brother. So there could be some, more investigation. Now, of course, we know in the NFL, these investigations take forever. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But, the main gist of what I wrote was I just thought with the way the Cardinals responded to what Terry McDonough had in his arbitration claim, crossed the line, was over the top, not befitting of an NFL team. And it was just kind of strange that Bidwell hired a self-proclaimed pugnacious PR guy who just loves to throw down at people. I mean, he hired that guy for a reason, to put all this out and to create perhaps distance between the statement and himself. I think that's ridiculous to do, because obviously whatever the guy put in there in terms of what they alleged to be their side of it was stuff that Michael Bidwell gave him. So it's just a bizarre situation and another in the long line of this soap opera that's been going on for a long time, but certainly incredibly so for the last 13 or 14 months.
Howard and I said the same exact thing in prior to your article, so I'm glad you reiterated that. I've been an HR guy for many, many years on the recruiting side and HR side dealing with personnel. There might be some HIPAA violations by the Cardinals coming out with this PR report by basically exposing the laundry of one Terry McDonough and putting that out there. So I'll be very curious to see how McDonough responds to what the PR firm came out there and talking about this guy is this guy's that, he's had to go therapy and so on and so forth. So there may be some HIPAA violations in there in reference to all the things that he's done. I thought I was reading the performance review of one Terry McDonough when they were putting that out there. But all that being said, Howard, I agree with you. I thought there was a very heavy-handed, illicit response by the Cardinals, a very angry response. And that's a Michael Bidwell response. How dare you put that out there with me on that? And Jimmy and I and Rock, we talked about this. Somebody's got to be the adult in the room to take the high road and just say, we're under advisement, we'll take a look at it. That was a very angry, heavy-handed response by the Cardinals that made them, quite frankly, look very bad coming back at Terry McDonough. At least I felt.
No, I agree with that 100%. And it makes you look worse than even the allegations. And, one thing that jumped out at me is when there was one allegation in there from this PR deal that was put out by a guy named Jim McCarthy, where it claimed that when Bidwell tried to enter a personnel meeting, in that year where all this stuff happened in 2018, that McDonough had never seen that in his years there, and then started yelling at Bidwell and just kind of like in front of people. And so I'm thinking, who keeps their job after doing that?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean,
go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many things that raised eyebrows with that. And, I don't know how many people read through it all. I made sure to highlight a lot of it in my story, but then also printed the entire thing at the end of it, just so, people can have a little bit of perspective on it. But yeah, I thought it was, the one line I had at the beginning of it is, it's coincidental that the Cardinals training facility is sponsored by Dignity Health. And there wasn't a whole lot of that was in the air going around when they decided to respond the way they did and as quickly as they did. I mean, I'm sure they kind of knew this was coming.
Sure.
But it came out yesterday morning that this grievance had been filed, and then within, I don't know how long, it was maybe an hour or so, maybe a little longer, all of a sudden this statement is being put out. So obviously they didn't cobble that together in an hour or so. They were ready with that, and they were ready to come out guns blazing, which, like I said, I think, there's not the corporate world where it doesn't get plastered on the pages and talked on talk shows and all those things. This is an NFL team. And I don't think that this is what Roger Goodell believes you should do in terms of, respecting the shield.
All right, let's move then to the guys who play the game, and we'll start with DeAndre Hopkins. Have you heard anything at all? Has he blown his nose? Has he tied his shoes? Has anybody even made a call to the Cardinals to try to make a deal?
Well, we don't know really the answers to any of that. I am sure that there have been conversations over the last, at least a month between the Cardinals and teams. And what's happening now is what I felt right from the very beginning. To all these, Kool-Aid drinkers that were saying, oh, the Cardinals are getting a high draft pick. They're going to get a number one. You just knew that wasn't going to happen, mainly because of his contract and his age and some of the injuries the last couple of years. And I don't know if you guys saw this. Steve Keim actually went on a podcast and talked about it and said that the contract is the issue. Well, hello. And so, last week, Albert Breer, Sports Illustrated, had a report that, that he thinks the Cardinals are a little surprised at the lack of deals and the lack, of what other teams think of him. And I'm saying, well, I don't know why they'd be surprised. All they had to do was listen to me and read what I wrote, because I thought this was going to be the case right from the very beginning. So I don't know how it's going to end, but if the Cardinals are intent on trading him, and I think a part of it is that Hopkins wants to be traded, then they're going to face it. And I think they don't want to be embarrassed and have to settle for some deal that people can say, what? That's all you can get for DeAndre Hopkins? But sometimes that's the way it is in the NFL. I mean, what the heck? The Rams only got a third-round pick for Jalen Ramsey, and he's 2 years younger than Hopkins and hasn't had injury issues over the last couple of years that Hopkins has had.
So how would this work then? Do you restructure the contract first, knowing where that's at if you're a team out there that only gets you a third or fourth rounder? Or do you go out there and say, what's the best you give me? Then we'll restructure. This is kind of the egg before the chicken theory and vice versa. I mean, so how would that work if they're not going to get that high pick, that being the Cardinals?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Cardinals don't have to restructure. I mean, that can happen with the new team. And, that's happened with other players and all those things. There's a lot of talk that, the Cardinals might have to
3 minutes
some salary from that $19.5 million that he's owed this year. But let's remember, the cap hit that the Cardinals have right now for him is about $30 million. If they trade him, the dead money against the cap will be $22. That's for his prorated signing bonuses that are still left. However, if you agree to pay whatever you pay on his salary, every $1 million of that adds to the $22 million that's going to count against the cap. And so you can affect the trade, and any trade that would be agreed to would be to a team that is certainly already agreed, I would think, to restructure the deal, and then you just go ahead and do it once the trade happens. But of course, we have to remember that the team trading for him has to have the cap space immediately for that $19.45 million in base salary. So that can complicate it too. If there's a team that wants him, you can have a deal agreed to, but it still takes a couple of days at least to put it to paper and do the final stuff on it. And when you make a trade, when you do that, that guy counts against your cap.
2 minutes.
And that's just the way it works. So there's a bunch of little complicating issues with all this that, the Cardinals are certainly having to deal with, and it's obviously why nothing has happened on it so far.
All right, so we got about a minute and a half left. The draft coming up near the end of the month here. There has been some chatter all of a sudden that Houston may not take a quarterback in the number 2 pick that they're interested in Will Anderson, which has been the target for the Cardinals the entire time. My question to you is there any validity to that? And if so, would that force the Cardinals to try to move?
Well, you move up.
Yes,
move down?
yeah, move up.
1 minute.
Well, I would think they're trying to. I think they're trying to collect draft capital, not have to give it up.
Okay.
And I mean, they're hoping that. Well, even if that happens, then the Cardinals are in a better position in some respects because it means that one of the quote alleged top two quarterbacks, whether it's Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud, would still be there, and so that would possibly enhance any deal that the Cardinals would make to trade down because there's another quarterback available. And so, yeah, I don't see any way they'll trade up. Is it legitimate? Let's be. I mean, you guys know you've watched this for as I have the draft for 30, 40 years. I mean, 90% of the crap that we hear in the weeks coming up to the draft are just trial balloons or agent agendas or teams agendas, whatever it is, to try to see what they can get out there and see how people react. And most of it does not come true. I mean, that's just the reality of it. I'll say this. Would it surprise me if the Texans did that? No, it wouldn't surprise me at all because they have a competent quarterback right now in Davis Mills that, no one knows if any of these new guys are going to be better than him, but they also have another pick in the first round that there's possibility that another quarterback will be there, or they could have eyes on another quarterback to take in the second or third round. So you never know. None of us, and I'll be the first to admit it, nobody in the media usually wants to, none of us truly know what's going on behind closed doors with all these teams, and that's all that matters when the draft comes around.
If a general manager is speaking and his lips are moving, don't believe him.
Don't believe him.
Do not believe anything you hear.
Howard, it's always great, pal, when you come on the show. Thank you as always. Have a great weekend, okay?
You too, guys. Take care.
Thank you. That is indeed Howard Balzer. You can follow him on Twitter at HBalzer721. At HBalzer721. Terrific Cardinals beat writer for Go PHNX. All right, when we come back, it's our Learner and Roll. One call, that's all. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
Kyrie Irving and his game is spectacular. Now he's in Dallas. It is bad. When he played his first game, they were the 4th seed in the West.
One person's going to take the fall for that, and it's going to be Kyrie, that he came and things went sideways.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910. Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
There is slow traffic 10 westbound from Jackrabbit Trail over to Verrado Way. We also have an accident on the Santan and Chandler Loop 202 eastbound. This is near McQueen. There is an accident Dobson Road south of Southern and a crashed Dysart at Indian School Road. That's a look at the roadways.
This report is sponsored by Blue Sky Pest Control. Blue Sky Pest Control, a Rosie on the House certified partner, provides termite protection services valley-wide. Better technicians, better service. Blue Sky Pest Control. Call today, 602-BLUE-SKY.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with a special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is the place to be. Tavern Grill is now the home of Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Tavern Grill Scottsdale at 8880 East Via Linda.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Right Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Frank Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at righttoyota.com.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your casino, Arizona. When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended release B vitamins.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates.
Yeah, I never birdie my bogeys ever.
So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why
Terrible. It's been awful.
Employers who post a job on
She's still
ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.
Just one thing after another, Jimmy, in my life. Let me tell you.
.com/free.
It's the Learner and Row. One call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're
There's that Manucci pep talk I was looking
just
for.
make one call.
Hey, just, it gets worse.
977-1900. Learner and Row, voted Arizona's best law firm.
It's Seamus.
If I make it to 90, I need one of you guys to put one in me.
Yards. There has not been.
I don't want to live to 90
yet today. That sure sounded like a hole-in-one work. That's still playing golf. This is Seamus Power on 9.
Have the proper speed.
Jimmy's immortal. Good. All right, you guys are hot. 5 seconds.
Back-to-back holes. Well, thank you to CBS, the Masters. That was from the par 3 tournament yesterday. Seamus Power, back-to-back holes in one. Unbelievable. Interact, need a check? Well, just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. You can always go to learnerandrow.com. They can always help you. You get a free consultation. And once again, just make that call, 602-977-1900. Now, let's get to what's on tap.
Crack it open, Jax.
Oh, I thought that was your segment there.
Man, you got to crack that bad boy open there back there, man.
Jack's a little late here.
All right, I'll just go to it.
Yeah, go for it. You could pour it while he's talking.
Absolutely. Brought to you by Roc and Manuch Lager by Huss Brewing Company. Now available at the Tavern Grill in Scottsdale, the 88th Street and East Via Linda. Arena Sports Grill on Bell Road and 62nd Street. Upper Crust at Cave Creek and Cave Creek Road there, the 101, next to the Costco. And the CIZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Try for yourself, folks. That's the Roc and Manuch Lager by Huss Brewing Company. What's on tap tonight? You got 7 o'clock, the Nuggets at the Suns. That'll be on Bally Sports. 7:10, the Dodgers at the Diamondbacks. That'll be on Bally Sports Extra. And 7:30 tonight at Coyotes at the Kraken. That'll be on ESPN Plus and Hulu.
Hit it. And then another update for the Masters here. Victor Hovland, John Rahm, Brooks Koepka at the top, 7 under. Looks to be those 3 at the top heading into round 2 tomorrow. Round 1 is about to conclude here in about the next 30 minutes.
Manuch, I'm really going to be looking forward to tomorrow just to see what that inclement weather does. That's going to be very, very interesting tomorrow's round.
I just think it's amazing how they can control if it's get a deluge tonight or tomorrow morning with the all the built-in stuff they have underneath to suck that water out of the greens and suck it out of the fairways and what have you. I think the one thing they're looking at, those, it'll be probably like 20 degrees cooler, very, very windy.
Mm-hmm.
They could say get tornadic activity, with tornadoes.
I think that's his new favorite word.
Tornadic. Absolutely. You hear that from those weathermen, but you see all of the weather, the bad weather they've had over the last several years. These last several days, been very, very interesting. But I don't know, 7 guys at -7 on opening day is very interesting.
All right, let's do the final State 48 Roofing. It's your call question of the day.
The question is, what team is your favorite home opener to attend? You can still go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. Is it the Suns? Is it the D-backs? Is it the Coyotes? Or is it the Cardinals? Well, leader in the clubhouse, Coyotes at 35%. D-backs at 25%. Suns at 30%. So there's
3 minutes.
And last but not least, it's the Cardinals at 10%.
Yeah, where were you on that? I know you're a big Suns guy. Suns for you?
Yeah, home opener for the Suns. I just think that when they're in the thick of it, the last couple of years, them getting back into it, during that 10-year low of not going through the not going to the playoffs, it was hard. But if it's a home opener, it's the Phoenix Suns. Hope springs eternal, especially during that mid-2000s era,
right?
And going all the way back to that 92, 93, 94, 95 era. There was nothing like going down to the arena, going down there and seeing all that's going on with Barkley and Marley and all those guys, and then with Steve Nash,
right,
and Amari Stoudemire. Just the excitement and the buzz. There's just a different vibe and the feeling.
2 minutes.
And I really believe that what you have that right now with the Suns, it was like that this year as well too. 64 games last year, folks. Well, they can win that many games and then go ahead and go to the playoffs. Now they got KD. There's that hope. Cardinals. I think you brought this up, Jimmy. Yeah, you've had a few preseason games.
Right.
You've been there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the opener. They haven't done very well in the last very first games of the year.
That's right.
They've gotten smoked. But and then the D-backs has got a little. That'd be my second choice.
Okay.
Not the Yotes. Not the Yotes. Yotes are leading though.
Yeah, I know. A lot of hockey fans here. There really is. I hope the Yotes really perform next year. I want to see them get that arena built, and I want to see them become a NHL team that is vying for the playoffs every season. All right, listen, we are here at Twin Peaks tomorrow. Where are we going to be?
You're right, so
1 minute.
Jimmy. I know you got the day off. We got Bill Huffman from Backspin, the golf show. It's on every Saturday from I believe 8 to 10 o'clock.
Yep.
And we'll get him. Scott Spreitzel will join us. Also, Jerry Hairston Jr.
All right.
Dodgers broadcaster. We'll talk to Jerry about this Dodgers broadcast and all that going on.
Dan, don't forget, Jax has got his show with Bauer and the boys. That is this coming Saturday, 11:01, right?
Yes, sir. We'll be talking golf. Obviously, Bauer coming from Backspin to our show can give us some of that golf knowledge. Coming up there, we'll give you the nice sports betting lines for the NBA games this weekend as well.
All right, we are out of here. Thank you again to the Twin Peaks folks. They were sensational to us as always. Thank you to